Hi.
Are we ready? Are we alive?
Yeah, we are live.
Oh my
We
god.
are here.
Yay!
Oh my
Welcome
goodness.
to Galaxy Tea Time. I think this is episode 5 or 4. I think it's 4.
I have not been keeping count.
Yeah, it's okay. I can edit it later when I do the VOD, so it's fine.
Just like superimpose, like episode 7.
Episode
Cut out our
101.
voices guessing. Episode 2 million.
Episode 55.
I'm here with my two friends, Moss, the one with the horns, and Snail,
Hello.
the one that looks like Snail.
Hi.
The one who
Hello.
is a snail.
I am. Yeah, that
All
is
right.
technically what I am.
Y'all can introduce yourself, starting from Moss.
Hello. I am your favorite cabin in the woods. I do chill vibes, chill streams. If you're ever lost, just come find me, or I'll find you. Who knows? Yeah, we stream every twice a week usually. I'm currently like holding my phone in a chokehold, trying to like wait for my roster for next week to come out so I can do my schedule for next week. Anyway, on to you, Snail.
I'm Snail or snailfishing. I'm a snail space alien.
Snailian.
Snailian, yeah. I'm still. I try to stream Pokemon at least once a week. I'm still working on a schedule. It'll exist someday soon.
Your internet's
Hopefully.
Against you.
Yeah, my internet has been against me recently. I haven't been able to, so hopefully it'll be normal again eventually. But it's very nice to be here.
Yay! All right,
Do you want to introduce yourself from my stream, Melly?
I tagged both Moss and Snail on the
Yes, Sam.
title. So yes, wait, let me shout out y'all. All right, hi Talia and Nalu. Thank you for
we
stopping
got Nalu.
by.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hello, people.
I should get your chat up
Hello.
on my phone.
I have it up.
Fishing.
I also hope I'm not like really loud or something.
Oh
Nah.
no, you're fine.
I
We
set
can
the
adjust
compressor.
you anywhere.
Yes.
Okay.
I set the compressor, so go crazy, people.
Scream,
Woo!
shout,
Woo!
let it all
Ah!
out.
Okay, we are off on a good start, obviously.
Yeah.
But well, in the
Good
previous
mood.
episodes, we do usually am I the asshole? But we decided that it's a good time to take a break from that because humans are amazing. Don't get me wrong, but sometimes they are
Amazing.
too amazing. So yes,
Yeah, too amazing is definitely the word for it.
yeah.
They're kind of strange. They have these things called emotions and feelings and thoughts.
Don't you?
I don't know what to...
I'm like,
Nail lol up here.
wait a minute.
Of the three of us, lore-wise, I probably have the most contact with humans.
Yeah, maybe. I think I go second.
Yeah,
And
probably.
I can be as
Snail,
emo.
are you still in space?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, Snail's in space. Snail has no contact with humans.
Only sometimes if I feel like stopping by to get some like food or something. I don't know.
I mean, we have pretty good food down here.
I know.
They do have pretty good food.
Wait, my mic cable is acting up. All right. So, shall we jump into the question? Okay, today's topic, I got it all from True Ask Reddit, where people
different
ask the
subreddit.
true. Sorry.
Different subreddit today.
Yes. People
Yeah.
ask the true deep questions. It's mostly human nature based. I haven't found anyone alien based, you see. So,
Of course.
all
We'll
right.
have to find some hypotheticals.
I know, right? Do y'all wanna, I don't know, mention your pronouns first?
Yes.
Oh,
they them for me.
He,
Mhm.
him for me.
Okay. She, her for me. Let's do it.
We got the whole fucking spectrum
Yeah.
up in here. Let's go.
We got them all.
Okay.
Almost.
We collected them all.
What's the others?
I mean, there's neopronouns, but that's like a
Yeah.
whole other conversation.
Ah, that's true.
Yeah. That'd be a
Let's
very
do
long
this.
list.
Should I rate the first one?
Yeah, start us up.
Okay. The first question is doing a good thing for the wrong reason good? Wow. For some background, I stopped the fire tonight. I live in my apartment building and my neighbor upstairs pounded on my door and asked me to help. I was able to contain it enough with the fire blanket and fire extinguisher I had, so it didn't burn that much before the firefighters got there. Only the stovetop and one of the cabinets were damaged. The building manager called me a hero, but honestly I didn't or don't feel like one because selfishly, I just didn't want my stuff to burn down. I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking it, but I still feel bad my reasoning wasn't better. I'd appreciate your thoughts on it.
Oh. Well,
Okay, for OP here, I feel like this question could be a loaded question for like literally any other situation besides this,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
because this is a survival instinct that they did here. So not wanting your own stuff to burn could be counted as survival instinct. They did a good thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so too. But in general, is there like anything that happened in your life that makes you wonder? I mean, I did it for my selfish thingy, but my selfish wants, but you know, it ended up helping people. So, do y'all have these thoughts like, oh, am I actually good or am I actually?
Oh my god. Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I do doubt if I'm a good person like all the time. So
Mhm.
I mean,
I
but
feel like
I don't know.
self-doubt is just a self-doubt is a
It's kind of like a part of life, though.
yeah, it's a
Right.
I don't
natural
think I've.
thing.
I think what I think the only thing I've ever done for my own personal reasons, not just because I wanted to help people, but because I would get something out of it, was like what was it in chemistry in high school? Um, I helped the teacher teach so I could get a better grade.
Oh, that's
I
actually
didn't
cool.
care if they learned anything.
That's actually cool. Nalu
I like
mentioned that
chemistry.
this OP doesn't want the compensation for that, then it's not a bad reason.
Yeah, I think this one's fine,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, they did something good. It's normal to not want your stuff to burn down also, so.
True.
Mm.
A hero,
Yeah, I
huh?
don't think they did the wrong reason at all. Because like they were just acting, probably on impulse as well. Like shit, I gotta
Yeah.
stop this so my shit doesn't get burnt. Like that's not really that's
True.
a
Yeah.
fine reason to be concerned and want to jump into action.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess it's good that I
But-
put this post first because it's pretty light. It's obvious. But yeah,
Yeah.
Hey, Ellie.
put on your seatbelt, people.
Yeah, buckle the fuck
Buckle up, yes.
Yeah.
You could turn down. you
Shall we
guys if
jump to the
you're-
next?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like this question could apply to a lot of other things, but not very much to.
I feel like every questions here can be applied in many other things. That's why it's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Mm.
Shall we go to the next question?
Yes.
Yeah.
Who wanna read?
I'll do it.
Okay.
Why is coping portrayed as bad nowadays? Like many teens, I fell into the trap of self-improvement, which ultimately resulted in feeling miserable every day. Coping was always portrayed as bad and made fun of, but recently I started coping so much that some would say that I am delusional. Don't get me wrong, I still, brackets, try to improve every day. It makes me live easier even when nothing changes. Why is it portrayed as bad? Why is portrayed as bad then if it is very effective?
Hmm.
That last bit's
I
worded
think-
weirdly.
I think it depends on how they're coping. I
Right.
suppose. Like, there's because I've gone to like actual therapy sessions because I'm
Same.
strange and odd.
Same.
Just kidding.
Yeah,
Therapy is
therapy
normal,
brothers.
guys.
Let's go.
Therapy is normal, guys. You guys should totally do it. It's
Therapy is
awesome.
so normal. Very good for
But
you.
like, there are bad coping skills and good coping skills.
True.
Very
So
much
it depends on how they're coping. Coping
From
in
the
itself isn't bad, you
Mm.
know?
And the fact that they've said delusional, they
Oh, yeah.
might be similar to me with staying positive, trying to hype yourself up, and maybe even like delusional attachments are involved.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. 'Cause, like,
Any example you'd like to
Um,
share on?
well, with delusional attachments, I like there's some people who are full on, like, if you reality check them, it could affect them negatively. Like I've seen someone who, like, that character is them, that is their it's not just their whole personality, it's also their like they think they are that character pretty much. And
Ah.
because I'm not in their head, I can't tell you if they actually believe that or not, but most people do. I think that's the definition of a delusional attachment.
Hmm.
But for me, if I'm upset, I'll be like, I am this character now. I want to act cute, and I want to act blah blah blah. I want to be sweet, blah blah blah. Like, it
Mm,
just helps me through a bad moment sometimes.
right.
Yeah, okay.
Now you mentioned that there is coping and there is just being stagnant. How do you guys think about, like, what are the lines for that?
Well, I guess, like,
You guys.
stagnant would be kind of just like, I don't know, sitting there, letting things happen and not, like, taking a moment to, like, for yourself to deal with it in any possible way and just let it keep going. I think that's what that means, basically. I'm not
Bed rotting.
100% sure.
For me
Bed
personally,
rotting.
okay, go first.
Oh, sorry, sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
I don't really have many, like, coping skills, good or bad, I think, which is probably bad. I definitely need better ones. But I don't like to just sitting still and letting, like, bad things affect you, like, full force is pretty bad for your mental health, I would say. You know? So, I mean, coping mechanisms are good to have, as long as they're also healthy for you, I think.
Someone in my chat just said, and this stream is brought to you by today's sponsor, BetterHelp. Do not go to BetterHelp. They do not have trained psychiatrists in there like they say they do. It's actually not a very good.
Oh yeah, I heard that too.
Oh god.
All
That
right.
is funny.
Snail, I'm sorry. I want to pick your brain a little bit. You said that you need better coping mechanism. What do you think those are? Like,
Yeah,
if you don't mind
what is
sharing.
your current coping
Well,
mechanism, and what would be a better
yeah.
one, in your opinion?
A better one. Well, I guess it depends, because I'm bad at taking care of myself, you know? And I think I should
You
probably...
wouldn't be a VTuber if that was the case.
I think I need to... I don't know. I can't remember, because, like, in therapy and stuff, therapists will talk to you about what some good coping skills are to have and what bad ones are to have. And I don't remember what they are. I completely forgot. And I just don't really have any. So I kind of just, like, go through life bumping on all the rocks and just kind of, I don't know.
I see.
Yeah. It could be better.
It's okay. We believe in you.
Coping mechanisms take many shapes as well. So
True.
Yeah.
and different things work for different people. Like meditation will work for some people and it won't work for a lot of others.
Yeah.
I
I can't
lot
do
of
meditation because I
places
can't.
Yeah, exactly. I
can't-
can't do meditation.
I can't sit still.
To be honest, yeah.
With my thoughts for that long.
Like if
I
I
can't
sit still
meditate
and
as well.
meditate, I'll end up thinking about other things. If I lie down, I'll end up sleeping. So yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So meditations only worked for me here then.
I mean,
Cool.
hey, that's good that they do work for you.
Um, I before I even like looked into meditation, I was already doing a technique to basically just get to sleep.
Oh. Is
Mm.
it like breathing
Or-
technique or something?
It was like a full body shutdown kind of thing. So,
Oh.
I don't know about other people, but I'm very conscious of all my muscles and all my extremities, and like I can quote unquote like localize feeling
Oh.
in a specific part.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's like I would push all my feeling down to my toes and like picture like a syringe drawing up water or like something else and like draw that feeling. It's like warm and tingly and I draw it all the way up through my body and it's how I would relax when I couldn't get to sleep sometimes.
That's cool.
Oh, that is pretty
Um,
cool.
Yeah, and I believe something similar. If any of you have watched Midnight Gospel,
What's that?
in the last, it's a Netflix show, but
Oh.
it's done by a podcaster and animated by the guy who did Adventure Time, I believe.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
So the animation is insane, and the audio is different interviews with different people, and the visuals don't really link up very well. So you get this like normal conversation, and while it's happening like you're watching like this guy go on like a I think there's one where the first episode is he's on a zombie he's with a zombie apocalypse and he's fighting with like the president, and the president is like this guy. It's really funny.
What?
Yeah, and he like nearly dies at the end of the episode before he gets like beamed up back to his like house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he like goes to these different worlds. I highly recommend it, but this is like a spoiler-ish, but like it's kind of good to know before you go into it because it impacts you so much deeper.
Mhm.
But the final episode is an interview with the person's mother. So the interview was recorded a week before she passed.
Oh.
Oh.
And it's an interview about like accepting death and accepting grief and moving on and stuff like that. And while this is happening, there's it's very strange, but it's very prolific. The animation is going through like she grows old, he's a baby and she's the mom, and like they're both going through the cycles of growing up, and then she dies and then he gets pregnant, don't ask, and then he gives birth and the baby is her. It's like really crazy visuals while this interview is happening. And there's a part in it where she like says like push all your feeling into your hand, and then he's like it's like warm and tingly, and that's kind of like the moment where I realized that oh, this is a meditation thing that I'm doing. So it's a very beautiful show, and I highly recommend it to people who want to think a little more about anything really, because there's a guy in there who's into Gnosticism. There's a guy in there talking about, I think the first episode's just about like drugs and like legalization, like that. It's a very profound topic, and it's just really good. Highly recommend it.
I'll check it out. Yeah. Damn.
Yeah.
Very good for people who want to think about life.
Oh. Yeah, I should check
I
about
already
that.
do that.
Yeah, involuntarily.
Uh,
I guess for me, my the bad coping mechanism I end up doing, I would say, I'll be candid here. Cause I used to have a worse relationship with my parents, and then I end up acting like I'm the victim. You know, it kept me going in a way that, how
Out
do
of
I say this?
spite.
Yeah, like, I mean, it's
Mm.
not my fault that I'm this kind of person, because, growing up, I didn't have it. I didn't have like my emotional needs fulfilled and stuff. I mean, like, through therapy, of course, I got better, but at the same time, I guess that's one of the
Yeah.
major example of bad coping mechanism, I would say. Yes. Something
I
like that.
remember when I was in high school, I didn't have great coping mechanisms because I didn't know how to handle my emotions.
Mm-hmm.
So I always got really angry and violent, not towards people, obviously, but like I'd throw a pillow around and like punch it and shit like that.
Ah.
But I was a very angry person in high school, and I just didn't know how to handle it because I didn't know at the time, but I had like a friend at the time who would trauma dump on me, and then I would get emotional, and I wouldn't know how to handle that, so I'd get angry and blah 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 blah. It was like a whole mess, and I'm past that now, which is fucking fantastic. And I don't get angry as much, which is nice. But I would say the lashing out and the violent tendencies is probably my bad coping mechanism from back in the day.
I wonder if it's something like, I don't know, for me, anger shows, like, I show my pain through anger. So it's like, I feel like, oh, why is everyone against me? Then I get angry. Did it, like, go that way for you, or?
I guess it went more like, not necessarily everyone's against me, but a like, why is this happening to me kind of thing. Like, why would you choose me? Why are you coming to me? Or like, I won the genetic lottery of getting all of the disabilities in my family. So
Oh no.
so again, I had a moment of why is this happening to me, but then I kind of went, well, that's just how life is, and I'll take it as it comes. Because I realized my mom started blaming herself because I was outwardly saying, why is this happening to me? And she'd be like, it's my fault because these are my genes. But
Oh.
no, that's not my mom's fault. It's just how genes work.
Yeah.
Science. Sometimes it
Science.
sucks.
Science.
I loved biology in high school, but only in like the study of genes and stuff like that.
Science is painful sometimes.
It is painful sometimes. Tell that to my bones.
I
Tell
know,
that to my bones
right?
too, please.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Oof.
So I guess, like, I wonder if coping mechanism also connects with inner child. I know Moss is familiar with that concept. What do you think, Neil?
I suppose so. I guess I technically do have one bad coping mechanism that I still kind of have currently. Because, like, as a kid, my young childhood, not great. So, like, throughout my very young childhood, I would kind of just stop talking. I didn't talk for, like, I didn't
Non-verbal?
speak. Yeah, basically. I didn't
Voluntary, though?
speak for, it was, well, actually, it's, oh god, what's it called? I can't remember.
Selective mutism?
Selective mutism, yeah. And for, like, a really long time, I just didn't talk, and nowadays, I still kind of have that, except it's more, like, on a bigger scale, where I kind of just shut down, you know? I don't feel like getting up, and I just kind of lay there and think to myself for a while without
Dead
talking to
rot.
anyone. Yeah.
No, fair enough. That the selective mutism. I haven't gone selectively mute, but I've gone non-verbal occasionally, just from like being overwhelmed in a loud environment and stuff like that. Autism, yippee!
Yay! Yippee! I don't know if I have that, but I might. I have
feel
no
like
idea.
you do. Snail, I feel like you do.
Diagnosed by Moss.
Yep. No. Don't rely on people to diagnose you. Always
Yeah.
do your research, people. Always do your research. I'm streaming. I have to put a good face on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you all have like the resources to get diagnosed by professionals, it will be better as well. So
Mm.
yeah, don't go to
Absolutely.
BetterHelp. I'm
Don't
sorry.
go to BetterHelp.
Don't go to
They won't-
BetterHelp. They won't help.
No, no. They also, I don't think, can diagnose you.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
they're licensed for that.
No. I mean, they're
No,
not licensed
I
to
don't think so.
be a therapist either, but they do that anyway.
Yeah. I tried to get diagnosed in like early middle school, and they just said, I don't know.
What do you mean?
You
I
know
don't
why?
know.
Is your AFAB.
Like, what do you mean?
Your AFAB.
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
Mhm.
Oh no.
The typical autism diagnosis, like the traits they look for, are traits found in young boys, young AMAB. So if you're not, like, the test still includes like, how do you brush your teeth, and like they expect you to go through like a
Like,
explain it to an alien.
ah,
So if you
Mm,
yeah, that's a tip. If you
yeah.
explain it like you're explaining to someone who has no idea what teeth are, no idea what a toothbrush is, that's how you get
Mm.
the autism diagnosis. You
Oh.
rant for an hour. Just make it as long as possible. You're
Oh.
writing an English essay now.
Because like during that whole like testing thing, they just kept asking me questions that I thought were really dumb. Because they're like, you know the answer.
Yeah,
You're
they are
older than
really,
me.
they're all really, really dumb questions, but
I know.
they're questions for a little boy. They're
Yeah.
not
Okay.
questions
And I
for
was like,
of
I was a middle
depressed
schooler,
teenagers.
so
Yeah.
I was a middle schooler. I'm a little bit more
Hmm.
mentally developed than that, bro.
Mhm.
Wait,
You know,
I
you just
know.
explain
Uh,
mouth stones.
I know
I
it's
just start
like
talking about stars,
Mm.
and they'll be like, "Oh,
There-
yep, never mind."
for
Give
autism
'em-
there are spectrums, right?
Yeah.
And there's the
So,
high functioning and the non-high functioning one.
Yeah, there's high functioning and low functioning is kind of an outdated term now.
Oh.
It depends who you ask, really. Because my psychologist called me high functioning, but it's a spectrum. Like, I still have my social skills.
True.
I'm really good at socializing, obviously.
Yes.
But
Mm.
there's certain things like food and driving I can't get my head around at all. Certain topics where I'm like, give me more of this, let me inject this shit into my bloodstream. Ugh, like, bro, if you could inject Minecraft, oh baby. Like, but yeah, driving is very scary.
Driving is very scary.
Oh
It
my
is, it
God,
is.
I hate driving.
I'm still getting my license, and I haven't gotten it yet.
I have my learner's license. I have my learner's license, and I use it to buy alcohol as ID, because that is all I need it for. And as soon as it runs out this year, I'm getting a photo card, because
I literally just use it for legal documents. I don't drive.
Do not put me in the driver's seat.
I drive my
Do
feet.
not. I'm not fully trained.
I can't.
Left, right.
I would
can't
rather
stand-
walk. I don't think I'm good on like any moving vehicle, actually.
Even
Car,
bicycle?
Probably
bike.
do
I can't.
I probably do a bike.
I've. I tried to learn how to bike as a child, and I got way too scared, so I stopped learning how to ride a bike.
Ah.
I think
That's
it's
so
because I
sad.
fell over too many times.
Oh.
I'm not very steady.
Oh, my it'll reboot in a second.
All right. Shall we move to the next question?
Yeah, we kind of went rambling
I
there.
think we should do. We should have one good coping mechanism we all have, because we talk about bad ones we
Ah,
have.
true, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ah. Okay.
I
Um.
don't know. I
Alright,
suppose I have like there's some things I guess I can consider them good because they comfort me without like hurting me in any way.
Mm-hmm.
Like
That's a good
whenever
one.
I suppose I guess it's like a coping mechanism. I'm not sure, like a stress coping
What does
mechanism,
it
but
say
like
now?
hold on. Whenever I'm really stressed out, I just kind of have to like I brush my knuckles against each other. It makes me feel more like comforted. Yeah.
I believe that's called stimming now.
Oh, never mind
Oh.
then.
I mean, if it works, it
Stimming
works, no?
is
It
yeah,
does
it
work, I
works.
think.
Stimming is a really good way to regulate nerves. It's sort of
I
something.
think everyone should try it.
Sort
Everyone
of
should
up
try to
the
stim.
elbow.
Um, okay, so there's something called tapping. Um, the
Mm.
it looks kind of stupid. And I've seen it done for like fucking new age self-help bullshit, but
Mm-hmm.
it does work in some cases. But it's like that thing where you tap your cheekbone a bunch of times and you say something, and you tap your forehead a bunch of times and you say something. Like it's kind of dumb looking, but another way to do it, which I actually find this really interesting, is if you grab the tip of your finger and you give it a little wiggle, like you pinch your nail and like underneath your finger, and you give a little wiggle.
I'm doing it right
Um,
now.
Ugh,
I'm
I don't
trying
like
it
yeah,
it.
out
does it
right
feel
now.
good? It feels good to me. I love it.
I don't like it. I don't
You
like
give
it.
a little wiggle. Fair enough, but pinching your nail beds like that is it's like fucking linked to your brain. Um it's like a really weird thing that helps you process your
I think
emotions. So
I think it makes sense though, because when I was younger, I used to be diagnosed with glaucoma. I don't know if y'all know, but it's
mm,
an eye disease. Basically, usually
I,
people only get it after 60-year-old or something, but I got it at 12.
oh jeez.
Yeah, and like basically there is like this fluid in your eyeballs that shouldn't
Mm,
accumulate, but mine accumulated, and then it actually pressurized the eyeball. And like if
mm.
the pressure got bigger and bigger, it might implode. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, but then I guess cause it's new, cause I was still young, right? Maybe the fluid was kind of bad back then, but as I grow, it got better. So I think as of
Good.
2020, my
Mm,
ophthalmologist said that, oh, you don't have it anymore. Then I'm like, okay, cool. But then back then, she recommended me a lot of like physical so-called therapy. So basically,
mm-hmm,
there's like the playing piano on your face, like around your forehead and stuff. Because one thing that is important when you have glaucoma is that you cannot have stress, because it adds
mm,
pressure physically
Oh.
too, right? So
mm.
yeah, there is that, and there's the one that you just told us, the whole like finger, yeah, like
Yeah,
you hold
use
it and stuff.
your
Yeah.
nail beds. It's
Oh.
wait, I think I might have the document in the drawer behind me. Hold on. I'm getting my therapist notes, guys.
Because yeah, sometimes when you stress, it's like you're not in your body anymore. So small movements like that actually like help you to remind yourself that, oh, you're here, you're
See if
present, you're fine.
nails.
So yes, therapy notes
All
time.
right. Yeah, here we go.
Oh.
So this is this page is about coping with physical pain. So the basically, if you determine the stress level, you're like, okay, on a scale of like 10 being the highest, 0 being the smallest, you determine, okay, if you're having a panic attack, that could be like a 9, 8 or 9. You're pretty stressed. You're really like not having a great time. It's you basically set up the motion. You go, you make a movement with your hand, like up and down. You're like basically acknowledging the fact that you are having not a great time, you're like, I'm not okay. I'm having a panic attack. And I accept that I'm having a panic attack pretty much.
Oh.
Yes. So it's about like acknowledging it. Here we go. It's got the fucking tapping thing. So it's about you tap. It says here about 7 times on these points. So it's below your eye, the bone, like your eyebrow bone, like the inner corner of your eyebrow, your temple, above your lip and below your lip, and then your, like where your collarbone bends pretty much.
Oh.
And
That's
then
so similar to the therapy paper I had for from the ophthalmologist.
yeah, so it's tapping. So before it was considered an experimental psychological like therapy, but now it's been tested and approved to be used in every psychologist office if the situation calls for it. So yeah, but the one on the fingertips is basically a more discreet way of doing it. But if you acknowledge like the same kind of thing, it's acknowledging and accepting your big issue. Like at some point this year, I am going to have to go into surgery for my spine. And that scares me. That's a scary thing to do. Like, holy shit, that's a big operation.
Yeah.
But whenever I'm feeling stressed about it, giving my fingies a little wriggle helps me accept that this is something that has to happen. And it's more of a, like, even if it feels like it doesn't help in the moment, when the moment you're stressed about eventually arrives, you will usually be calmer if you do this.
I should try that. I get nervous easily, so yeah. And I think another coping mechanism that I have learned over the years is labeling. I call it labeling. Actually, it's my husband who brought it up first. So basically, sometimes, let's say when I used to really dislike talking to my parents. Then, because it just made me feel uncomfortable, but I just settle with that. I just feel uncomfortable and that's it. Like, I don't identify what is that. And that's why, like, my emotions go awry and I don't know why. And, like, another thing that he taught me is, like, if I have a thought or emotion and I ask myself why, never accept the answer I don't know. Yeah, so like I label or like whatever their behavior or whatever my behavior that I don't like, I label it, and since then it's easier to stay calm,
Okay.
Yeah, and
So
be
you
like,
benefit from
Yeah.
identifying emotion.
yeah, like you identify the emotion and like, So I realized that when I jump, that means I don't stop myself and label first,
Yeah, okay. When you jump to the conclusions and that.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
if or like jumping into anger, like if I immediately get agitated, that means I don't process it well. At least I know that
Okay.
for yeah.
Yeah, okay. See, I struggle with identifying my emotions properly, so
Yeah, sometimes writing a journal and like really just vent and ask, but then you must answer why. Yeah. It helps most of the time. Because sometimes anger does come very fast. So yeah.
Yeah.
So anything else?
I think we're good. I mean,
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
generally getting a hobby and investing yourself in something that's
Oh yeah.
easy
Yeah.
and
Something that
accessible is
makes you feel
also
good.
That's
very
streaming
good,
for
yeah.
me.
Well, that's drawing and writing for me.
I don't know what that is for me. I don't know.
You
Snail.
figure it out, Snail.
Yeah,
Oh,
figure it
I'll
out.
get it.
We're
I'll
all on
figure it
different
out.
journeys.
I mean, I'm taking care of plants. I like that, so that might be it.
That might be it.
Yeah.
I'm bad
That's
at
probably
plants. I'm bad
I
at
am
picking.
too.
I got the kind of plant that don't die, so it's fine.
Nice.
Artificial plant.
Is it a succulent?
No, not that kind.
You have a succulent?
God. No, it's devil's ivy.
That's-
Ooh.
That's
Oh.
what it's called. And it does.
That's-
It just hasn't died. I've had it for like several years, and it hasn't quit on me. So I think
Wow.
I'm doing okay.
Usually
Yeah.
succulents are like your beginner friendly, easy one to grow.
Mm.
I had a succulent in my room at my old house.
Mm.
Somehow I drowned it and then burnt it alive.
What?
What? Oh
What the heck? That's not healthy
Oh,
coping
no.
mechanism, Moss.
In the
no!
same day.
Audrey, too, don't listen to the Audrey, please.
In the same day.
No.
Excuse me. All right.
Oh, God. The same day?
That's how it
What
died.
did you do to it?
I
Oh
gave
my
it too much
God.
water and then I tried to put it in the sun to dry it, dry it out a little
Oh
bit.
my gosh.
And then it just fucking roasted it.
Oh no!
That's totally something I would do though. To be very honest, yeah. We treat plants like clothes.
No, the biggest problem my plants have to worry about is just not getting enough sunlight. Okay, they're living a good life indoors.
That's good. I'm glad. Don't give me the plants.
Noted. They're mine forever. No one else can touch them.
Very good. Don't give them to me.
All right. I'm on the next post, people.
All right. Let's
Okay.
go.
Snail, you wanna read?
Yeah, sure. Do you think it's wrong to torture a video game character which is acting independently of its own, just like any human? Like when you're controlling
Oh no, internet. Snail.
a character
Oh, there
or
you go.
machine in this video game. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Am I good?
It's better now. It's going. It's getting better.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, you've had like 3 storms.
I'll be okay. Probably. My house will still be standing.
Mhm.
Therefore, so will I. Uh, so it says, like when you're controlling a character or machine in this video game, the human look-alike thing / victim / character, a combination of pixels on the screen, is trying to get away. You chase that independent character who is programmed to self-preserve, has simulated emotions, simulated pain according to which it reacts, act in interest of saving itself, learns from what it perceives, then you are to torture it for some reason. What if it looks like some strange metal cabinet with video receiver, audio receiver, structural integrity sensors, able to move, perceive, learn, react, interact? Why do you think that? Do you think it's wrong for both? Does not matter for both? Wrong for the human-looking character only? Do you notice the similarities between this and the creatures outside of this machine, like humans, rats, in the universe? So they got kind of like several questions in there.
Yeah. And I think the first paragraph actually talks about The Sims. I believe.
Yeah.
Right?
In my chat, Ellie just said, as someone who would continually hit NPCs with a baseball bat in Fallout 4 until they exploded because I was curious, I hope this isn't wrong.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
I actually have a lot of opinions on like video game violence and
Right.
like morality for that.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. In junior school, which no, primary school is what normal people call it. I had a friend who he would use violent video games as a coping mechanism.
Oh.
Because when he was angry, he'd just go and shoot some fictional characters, like, you know. It's like a stress relief to feel like, okay, I'm winning. Okay, I'm creating destruction that isn't outwardly violent, that isn't gonna get me arrested, and is feeling good.
What's wrong?
My chat. My friend Duck just said, Moss, I love you. I'm a huge fan. And then in brackets with intentions of embarrassing you in front of your VTuber friends.
Oh.
Oh, Duck. Anyway, I love you too. So it was basically a safe way for him to turn angry emotions that he didn't know how to deal with into an action that didn't hurt anybody actively. So I saw I basically had him break down in front of me once because someone said that violent video games were causing murderers or something like that.
Oh.
It was a while ago, so basically he broke down because it was to summarize it in the most horrible way is it was preventing him from being a murderer. Not that he had those impulses, but to put it in the most basic way.
I wonder if that's healthy, but no, whatever works, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I would say it's still healthy because he's putting energy into another activity, which
True.
is
Yeah.
really what coping mechanisms are. You do an activity to express an emotion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, on my chat, Flip said that I remember playing GTA as a kid and not wanting to pew pew the cops because they were just doing their jobs.
Oh, that's really
Aw.
cute, actually.
That is.
See, I remember making a Minecraft villager death pit.
Oh, growing up when I play The Sims, I'll cause fire and see them burn, or make them
Take the
sink.
lattice away
Yeah,
from the
make them
pool.
drown.
It's basically its all challenge in Sims to make them die.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I didn't think too much into it, obviously, but I don't know. It's a
Yeah.
control thing. Maybe.
Thank you for the sub. Jesus Christ, 6 months in advance. Holy
Whoa.
shit. Thank you so much.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
Oh my god, that's pretty nice.
Yeah, you didn't have to do that. Thank you.
Flip said that why did everyone do crazy stuff in Minecraft? Snail, Moss, as Minecraft players, do you have anything to say to fan for yourself?
I have a case where I had a flat world, a super flat. I made a throne out of iron anvils, and I made a hole full of lava where I would this is when I was getting severely bullied, by the way. I would make name tags of the names of my bullies, name the villagers, and then push them into the lava.
Oh wow.
So I didn't do anything like that. I just kind of I did that.
Anything in person.
Flip said, is this Game of Thrones?
I didn't do that kind of stuff. I don't think the most violent game I played as a child was Left 4 Dead because I wasn't allowed to play GTA. I just watched, so
I played
Right.
I don't
GTA,
know.
but I would just steal cars,
I didn't know how to
slap
play
random
GTA.
people. on
My
the
brother
street.
tried to let me play once, and I just constantly crashed. So
Oh, Jessica's Left 4 Dead. Let's go.
So do you think it's wrong
That's
what
my-
you did to the Minecraft people? Huh?
I have no I have no redeeming qualities of how I used to play Minecraft.
Do they scream?
It's
Do they scream when
Minecraft
y'all?
Villager.
Yeah.
They
No,
kind of they go.
Oh no!
Yeah, they make pain sounds.
Oh no!
and I think with recent
And then they go.
things,
Oh no!
as when they die.
Yeah, that's their death sound.
No.
They have angry particles now, don't they? When you hit them,
Yeah,
Ah.
they have emotions. They made me feel worse.
they have emotions.
I don't
it's
hit them on
true.
the. I don't typically hit them.
Me either.
So Minecraft evokes kindness in my soul. So
Well, now it does. For me, it does now. Now that I know how to build and shit.
yeah.
So then, it used to be wrong, but then now because y'all are nicer to them, it's okay. Huh?
Well,
Is
okay,
that
I don't think hurting a self-preserving NPC, because at the end of the day, it's code, and even if it looks humanoid, it does. A lot of NPCs look humanoid,
true?
so I don't think it's wrong.
Yeah.
It's not a living, breathing person or
Mm,
creature. It's
no,
like it's not a real being.
it's like killing a Skyrim NPC that's being really annoying. It doesn't matter. It's a fictional world.
I guess, yeah. Now I feel better for like making people drown in The Sims, not in real life.
You are their god. It doesn't matter. You made them. You can take them out of this world too.
Hey.
It's a divine right.
Like, you know, when you trap them in the room, like at some point in early Sims, they're bad at taking care of babies. I mean, now they still are horrible at that. So I used to, like, after they give birth, I confine them in a room with, like, basic fridge and basic toilet. It's like a jail. And then they take care of baby there. Is that too much? Is that too much?
It's like a horror manga plot or something.
Yeah, but they can
love
get
it.
focused, you know?
Yeah, okay. I mean, they still have like the basic stuff, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
They can still cook and
Rasta.
stuff.
Boroska, but a little bit better. Uh, Jesus Christ. I love that for you, Melly.
It's back in Sims 1. Sims 1 was difficult, okay? Like,
Okay,
Sims
that
4
makes
is way easier. Now that I play Sims 4, I try to like...
Oh!
Oh! Snail disconnected. Oh no!
Snail died!
No!
Snail!
When he reconnects, it will automatically come up, right?
Yeah.
Alright.
Died. Maybe their power went out. Cause I
Yeah,
know
internet
wait,
went
no,
down. Oh, there you go.
Ah, there they go. There they go.
Oh, is
You
it
good?
back?
You're back.
Am I alive?
You're
Yeah.
alive.
Oh my god!
It's kind of scary because I'm talking about confining Sims to take care of their babies, and suddenly it's like,
So you're like killing NPCs and suddenly put
And then I'm gone.
it's like blip.
Gone mid sentence or something.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, so the
It's like
conclusion
everyone
is
went quiet, and I was like, "Wait, what?"
Oh god.
the conclusion is torturing coats, okay.
As long as you're
Torturing
not
code.
hurting a real person.
Yeah, or
Hey,
animals.
You can even hurt an AI because they're not
Yeah.
fucking real either. Fuck
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah, they don't have emotion.
Mm-hmm. They can simulate emotions, but they can't they can't make their own.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's move on to the next post.
Let's go.
Do you need a right in brackets relationship to feel jealous over someone? Because when they say that they are jealous to his or her crush or his or her friend, oh wait, his or her crush, his or her friend will most likely say, "And what right do you have to be jealous?" Snail's internet went down again, by the way. So Moss, what do you think about this?
Okay. I mean, you can't stop jealousy or feelings and that kind of stuff. Like that's the natural thing.
I
But
guess, yeah.
having the right to be jealous, I don't know. I'm not monogamous, so I think this is stupid.
So, I mean, just because you're not monogamous, it's not like there is no jealousy.
Internet, please.
I mean, I guess like with one of my partners, they have like government mandated daycare. Not really, but like that's how it feels sometimes. And
Mm.
other people, there'll be like someone else has a crush on them and is not very good at hiding it. I'm very protective over them in that case.
I feel like
'cause it makes
people
them
these days
uncomfortable.
sometimes
So-
don't even bother hiding it anymore. You don't you think?
Yeah, but like they're not. Makes me angry when they're uncomfortable. It's more of protection over their feelings than protection over I don't know.
More shuts down. Like I don't know.
Like I don't know. Get away from my Pookie Bear.
I mean, in a way, for me, my partner, my husband, he's very chill. So even if someone is obviously doing it, he'll be like, nah, it's not happening. Nothing's gonna happen. So if Moss does it to
Might
protect the partner's feelings, I do it to protect myself,
Mm,
which is bad.
okay.
Mm.
But then,
Well,
yeah, the
okay.
question is like right or not. Like,
I don't think
mm,
anyone has the right to. I don't know. Okay. Hmm. You can't prevent a feeling.
true.
That is very difficult.
Mm.
But at the same time, you don't have a right. So honestly, this question's really stupid. 'Cause of what right do you have to be jealous? You don't have the right,
Yeah, I think it's a
and that's
middle school
maybe
thing.
why you're frustrated is because you can't do
Yeah.
anything about the fact that you're jealous.
Yeah, and I think it's like it's the whole teasing. I think back in
Mm.
school, someone definitely asked this to me, like, "Oh, you're not dating
Mm.
that guy," so you know.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh god.
I don't understand jealousy because I'm not hello aromantic
Mm.
aromantic asexual over here.
Mhm.
I've never felt jealous, so I don't know what that feeling's like. So
Fair enough. You've probably felt like envy over someone else's possessions. I
Yeah,
want that.
I think it's more on
like,
that.
oh
Like,
man, that's cool.
yeah, I think it's something like that. Like, you feel like you must. I mean, it's bad to call like we don't own our partners, but there's the feeling that oh, you
Mm.
belong to me and I belong to you, and then like when people start to like try to
Interfere with.
yeah,
Mm.
then you feel challenged.
Okay.
Oh.
It was like this whole thing in my high school. Just after I left school, like I had friends in there that kept going. But just after I
Mm.
left, they were giving me updates on like this giant relationship drama. It was like,
Oh boy.
yeah, I know. It was like, okay, person A. It's like there's the dude and there's the chick and there's this other guy. And this other guy was like the biggest simp and like the biggest incel.
Ooh.
And like uh he tried to ask out the girl while she was dating the guy, like publicly.
Oh wow.
Everyone knows. He was like, yeah, she's gonna date me if I ask her, so I'm gonna ask her. Like,
Oh my god.
yeah, it was like this huge fucking relationship thing that happened. Well, like just like give me the updates. Everything.
Okay, Moses' internet is breaking down a bit, but yeah.
Oh no.
She became gremlin. They become a gremlin now.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, no.
my stream crashed again.
Oh,
Oh no.
I'm going to restart my internet later, I think.
all right. I wonder if jealousy and insecurities go hand in hand sometimes.
Absolutely. Absolutely they do.
Yeah, 100%. You've seen the
Mhm.
being here, the
Mm.
individual with it here.
Well,
Yeah.
okay, maybe you're jealous of someone's art, like for artists like me and Snail.
Ah, right.
And even you, Melly, you've started drawing again, haven't you?
Yeah.
As artists, you can go, I'm
Like,
insecure
I
in
wish
my
I-
own style. Yeah, I wish I had. I'm jealous of
This
this person's
style
art
or-
style
Yeah.
because you're insecure of your own.
Hmm.
Like it
Like
kind
jealous of their
works
skill,
like
but
jealous of their
Yeah.
skill because I'm insecure of my own skill.
mm-hmm.
True.
So I would say jealousy and envy, even like outside of relationships, definitely go hand in hand. But even
Yeah.
in relationships, you could be like, I'm jealous of this person, but because I don't think I'm gonna get a partner, or I don't think that I'm capable of true love, or capable of being loved. 'Cause I
Yeah.
know the capable of being loved thing, I know a few people have. So like it's a
True.
big
Mm.
trope in media anyway.
Yeah, I've had those moments for sure. Yeah.
Hmm.
Damn. Okay,
You-
Flip. You can hear it. Flip
Oh,
on the
for my
chat be
life.
like, I'm 100% the jealous type. Then I'm like, there you go.
Mm.
It's tied to your insecurity, man.
I diagnosed you with insecure.
We diagnose you with insecure. That's normal. It's okay. We can all learn coping mechanism for that. So
Yeah.
Flip,
Therapy stream.
Flip said, "Excuse me, I'm perfect, madam." Cries.
See, the crying, that's just proof of your insecurity.
There you go. Flip got roasted.
Sorry, Flip. It's okay. You'll get better.
I'm on the next post. It's another. I'm gonna hug my 3 cats. All right, Flip has 3 cats.
Aww.
More
Alright, you
romance.
got the
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, God, more
it's a
romantic
romantic thing, but I feel like I think in friendships also this can apply to a certain extent.
Yeah,
So yes.
absolutely.
I mean, to be fair, I have had technically romantic relationships in the past because figuring yourself out and all that.
You don't
So I
realize.
technically know what it's like. I just didn't not really know what it's like at the same time. I mean, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah.
A little confusing sometimes.
It can be.
Yeah.
It's
I just
okay.
think people are really cool, and I just want to be their friend. That's all.
Ah.
Cold. Wish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's try this question out then. In a romantic relationship, where is the line between asking someone to compromise, which is good, and asking someone to change, which is bad? Dun dun.
That's a very hard question.
It
Even
is.
That is.
you just take out the romantic part because this applies to everything.
Yeah.
Zazzle Kadazzle is the OP's name.
I love that
Zazzle.
actually.
So, there definitely is a big difference between compromise and making someone change. Because compromise, you're still, you're not asking them to be different. I guess you're just asking them to do different things to accommodate, each other. Because, a compromise goes both ways, I feel like, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And then just straight up asking someone to change who they are only goes one way, usually.
Mm-hmm.
Relationships it's always involves multiple people all the time. So it can't always it can't go one way. It has to go both.
Yeah.
So but I don't know where
The
I guess-
line, right?
Yeah, where's the line where it's you're asking too much?
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like
Um,
what does the change bring determines the line. Maybe.
What you're asking for them to change.
Like
Yeah,
in the
I
end,
suppose.
in the end, even when you compromise, you're actually changing a little bit for your partner to a certain extent, no?
Right, but
think of
usually compromise, both people change for each other instead of one person just changing.
True, but
I think.
sometimes the compromise is goes like, cause our needs. My brain is not working, but yeah, our needs can be different, right? So let's say,
Yeah.
the three of us are friends, and yeah, I know I'm the sensitive baby one, and Moss is not as sensitive as me. So Moss needs to accommodate in a way that when I'm being sensitive, they understand, and then when Moss seem a bit, I don't know how to say it in a nicer way, out of it, maybe they are not they don't have the mental capacity to handle me being sensitive, then I should be okay with it. So it's
yeah,
the compromise means that we both change to accommodate each other, but it's different kind of changes.
that is, I think that communication is really good though, because if someone comes to you going, "Can I vent?" and you go,
No.
"I'm not in the right mental state for that right now,"
Mhm.
they should be able to go, "Okay," and back off and either find someone else that they can talk to, or journal, or get a coping mechanism that's healthy.
Yeah.
That should be a communication that is able to happen, because That's very important. Asking for consent, even in platonic relationships, is incredibly important.
So maybe what makes compromise and changing a bad kind of changing is the communication that lies with it.
Yeah, I think really the communication is more important than the compromise.
Yeah.
Sake!
Then
飲まずにはいられない
you're able to figure
Thank you
shit
for the
out.
hydrate, V. That spooked me.
You
I do need to
actually
drink water.
probably get a drink too, honestly.
Yeah, hydrate, y'all.
I drink a lot.
こんにちは
Dude, just because the channel point redeem is there doesn't mean you should spam every single thing, but thank you. Z knows I get spooked by certain sounds, so yeah.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Your chat.
Thank you for the head pats as well, Z. This is like carrot and stick situation, you know. He played a spooky sound, and then he gave me head pat,
Oh.
and then play a spooky sound again. Mas!
I farted on you, haha.
No!
What the heck? I'm just taking initiative, damn it, Z. Wait, how am I gonna abuse yours? Alright, I will. I usually abuse Flips though. So basically on Flip stream, there's this exercise. So he must do like either 10 push-up, 10 sit-up, or 10 squats.
Oh.
Yeah, and then you can redeem and then you choose one. But if you gave him 50 bits, he do all three.
Oh god.
Oh.
I mean,
That is
right.
That sounds like a
50.
struggle.
bro, you are underselling yourself. That's 50 cents. That is not enough.
You gotta make it higher. Unless
gotta
you're
make it
trying to
higher.
get like super jacked.
Flip said that he's done over 100 in one stream.
That's stupid. Oh my god. You are underselling yourself so hard.
Actually, my husband told me to set something like that up as well. Cause yeah, since I started streaming, I just stopped touching grass. But my husband is
Every
trying.
redeem where you just go outside.
My husband is trying to make me to change.
Oh no, I think he's just concerned for your health there. Vitamin D is very important for you.
I'm still
It is.
considering it. I'm scared.
Yeah, you should get an IRL pack, which like costs $1 million. And
Ooh, ah.
I would love to get an IRL pack, however, that is a stupid amount of money.
Then Z said like, should I tell you when you've done it too much, like workouts, it became ineffective. Then Flip be like, we'll worry about that later, which is fair. I know plateau is a thing, but yeah. So yeah, we still haven't found the line, by the way.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's right.
God, yeah.
It,
It's such a hard question.
it really is because I don't know. It's not like a distinct one. I feel like it depends on like what's being asked for from and by who and like because like I don't know. I don't know.
There's also your intention going into it.
Oh right,
so-
yeah, intentions.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're going into the conversation and you're like, I need you to change for me for this reason, that I would say is bad. But if you're going into it trying to figure out, have a communication about what's wrong and like
How to work on it, maybe.
how to work on it, maybe tackling like, oh, if I go to therapy, I can tackle this emotion, or like if your partner's too aggressive, or if I don't know, do the dishes more. Like that's a fine compromise.
Yeah.
You do the dishes more. Yeah. Get like taking chores off somebody is easier than go like if someone is willing to go to therapy for you, that's a great person who obviously loves you.
Yeah.
But if you're gonna go into something and go, I need like this isn't like this when you treat me this way, it makes me upset. And they're like, well, that's just who I am.
Ah,
You just
Oh
break,
god,
break,
yeah.
break up, break up, break up, break up, red flag, red
Yeah,
flag.
yeah.
to be honest, yeah.
I had a friend that was like that. She was that was her excuse for everything.
That's just
So-
who I am. No.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
can- Therapy. Go to therapy. Go to therapy.
Go to therapy.
I guess it's a whole
Go
like
to
if you
therapy,
cannot
please.
accept me at my worst, then you cannot have me on my best kind of situation.
That's just dumb. I
Mm.
hate
Yeah,
that
it
fucking
is.
thing.
Yeah.
Because okay, it's the if you want to apply my worst, like if you can handle me at my worst, and you're applying that to you being a toxic bitch, that's
B word.
not what that saying means. I swore. Woo. I feel like if you can't handle me at my worst, that applies to a depressive episode where you're struggling to get out of bed. You're gonna be over emotional. I feel like it should apply there because you're handling me at my lowest, my ugliest, my
Yeah.
most vulnerable.
But I guess
It
that's
should not apply to when I'm
Being a dick.
being an ass, being mean, being rude, being abusive. That does not apply there.
Yeah.
True. Even at least from what I read on Reddit, right? There are people who are like, yeah, depressive episode, and they don't want to get it fixed, and they just be like, but this is me, but I'm suffering, and so
I think that's again therapy, but
Yes.
it more a fear of change at that point.
Yeah.
This is the routine that I'm in and that I'm used to, and I don't want that to change, but it's an unhealthy routine. So
True.
really, someone should come in and try to pull them out of that, because it's a bad habit to constantly rot away in your bed, to eat and drink shit, to not go outside, to not develop social relationships, to just sit in bed and eat and watch Netflix or whatever the hell you do. Like, you're not gonna
Yeah.
get better doing that constantly. It's okay to do that sometimes.
Yeah,
But
we cannot be strong all the time.
Yeah.
like, you're allowed to have a day in bed. That's fine. But it becomes a problem when it's your whole life, and really someone should come in and help you recognize that and pick you up.
Yeah. I guess another thing that makes that makes like the asking someone to change is like, you know, there are people who are like they're in a relationship or like in a friendship or whatever, and they see, you know, the whole grass is greener on the other side. So you think like, oh, those person's relationship and like friendship are better. So it's like, how can you not be like that?
Yeah.
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 Oh god, I hate that.
It's
I
like
hate
in the
that
end
as
it's
well.
right. It's like in the end it's about an intention thing. Like if you're asking for change because it's gonna be helpful in the long run, or like, you know, y'all can find a middle way, like a middle, you know,
Middle ground. Compromise.
That's what's called the compromise, right? I guess the asking someone to change means like, oh, you do this or else.
That is true.
Yeah.
Right? That's the line. We found the line,
That's the
people.
line. We found the line.
We found it.
We got
Yay!
Pat on the back,
Yeah.
everyone. We did it.
Did it. We figured it out.
Yes. All right.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm on the next one.
Let's go. Oh, that's a loaded question.
How did you process the end of a friendship?
Oh man.
That's a loaded one.
Oof.
This
I
is-
haven't had many.
Okay.
That friendship.
This is.
I haven't. Oh no, you go first.
I was gonna say, like, this is a hard question for me because a lot of the time when a friendship ends, it's I'm ending it because they were a bad person, so I've already accepted it. But like now thinking of it, I miss like my silly friends from high school still. So you know, that's the end of a friendship there.
I guess for me, the end of friendship, I mean, when I was younger, it was more difficult to define it. But these days, it
Mm.
usually the formula is always similar. Either they cross my boundaries, and when I call them out, they got angrier than me,
Mm.
or like they
Mm.
got angry and then they ghosted me. For me, both
Mm.
of them are considered that.
Absolutely.
Mm.
But I do mourn. It's
Mm.
like,
Yeah.
sometimes I feel like maybe I should have done something better, you know?
Mm.
Mm.
But yeah. That's how I process
Well-
it, like a dead person maybe.
Yeah, you just go through the
Uh.
stages of grief for a lot of things. It's not necessarily just for death.
Mm.
Yeah.
Just grieve
Um,
it.
Yeah, you just grieve like your
Hmm.
sports team lost. Oh no, you're gonna be angry, and then you're gonna be like, "Oh, come on!" Like, no, that didn't happen. Like bargaining, like
Yeah.
even for silly things.
7 stages
Yeah.
of grief.
Yeah, you're still gonna go
Mm.
through it, even if it's not something like crazy serious. Like you broke your favorite pen. Mm.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
like it's still something that happens.
Does self-blame a part of the 7 stages?
Mm.
Really, I think that's just your
No.
insecurity.
like asking the real questions right now. Cause
Yeah.
it's always
It
part
could
of
be a part
mine.
of bargaining.
Oh yeah?
It could be a part of bargaining because, like, why couldn't I have done better? That's a question. That's a bargain.
Ah,
Why did this
Yeah.
happen? Why me? Why did I let this do it? Why, etc.
true.
Mm.
I
That's
always
all
Yeah.
thought like I should have seen this first. Like I should have seen this coming and stuff like that.
Denial,
Unhealthy?
maybe.
Yeah. Denial and bargaining.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang.
So it's the stages of grief for everything, no matter what it is.
Yes. Crash
I-
boxer. Grief. Snail, yes.
Mm. I haven't had like a lot of friendships throughout my life, which is it sounds really sad, but it's true. I'm sorry. I did have like there's only been really 2 times where I had like really close friends, like that I genuinely felt awful about ending friendships with. One
Brutal.
was someone, one was someone I thought was really cool,
Mm.
and she was a really good person, but it was someone else in our friend group that was a bad person, and she decided to cut contact with all of us, which
Uh,
I mean, good for her, but I do miss talking to her quite a bit because she was fun to be around, and she was a good person, I think.
Mm.
And that other
Yeah.
person, the person that made her leave the friend group, also, me and my other friend, who were in the same friend group and are still friends, decided that like we would ask, "Hey, can you stop doing these things that upset us?"
Mm-hmm.
She would go on with the, "Sorry, that's just who I am." So we decided to stop hanging out with her, and I still feel bad about it. I don't like being mean, even if it's technically deserved.
Mm.
You know,
and that's fair.
I don't like cutting people off. I'm not used to it, so I always no, even if like they're the person in the wrong, I feel bad about it,
True.
and I get really sad and emotional thinking about like good times we had with like friends I don't have anymore, because I can't have more of those like times with them anymore.
Yeah.
So
It's hard.
it kind of, yeah. So I mean, it kind of does feel like a death, except the person's not dead, but you still can't see them anymore.
Yeah.
You know?
Personality
um,
death, I call it.
What is it? It's the end of a concept.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's still death. It's just not
Physical
It's death of a friendship, basically.
Yeah.
death of a bachelor. God.
Puka, thank you for the hat pat. Yeah, we are on the sadder topic right now.
Yeah.
You're on the sad one today.
I'm on the sad one. It's a sad
It
vibe.
started out light and then now it just gets grimmer and grimmer as we go.
I like how as the slides go on, they get sadder and sadder.
I know, right?
We're delving
put-
into the depths.
I put it in order for, you know. Yes, Puka, finally you made it to my stream. Yay!
Yay!
But then now that
It's gonna get sadder.
yeah, I think I don't remember what's next.
What is next?
But yeah, basically, yeah, 7 stages of grief. Sometimes you can reminisce. Oh, there's this one thing though that I thought to my friend before. Basically, she broke up, but the breakup is really like cause the guy lost feelings or something. It was a long time ago, so it's fine. She has moved on and stuff, and I feel like, well, you deserve better anyway and stuff like that. There is this whole thing about you deserve better that, you know, makes this process a whole lot easier, I would say. Like,
Well,
you know, every time
you
you
end-
remember the good times and be like, oh, you deserve better and you'll get a better experience, I guess.
the
What do you think?
end of a relationship and the end of a friendship usually means that someone did something bad. And if it was a negative ending of something, then I feel like you deserve better. Make, I guess, the victim feel better about the situation. Like, yes, I deserve to go forward and find better things in life. But like, if the death of a friendship is over like a falling out, or like moving away and having no contact, like, so that happens as well.
True.
Like, you can have a quote-unquote violent death of a friendship where there's an argument or someone's angry or someone's bad, blah blah blah. But you can also have a peaceful death.
But I guess,
where
yeah,
just
when it comes to falling out, it's easier to accept, isn't it?
you can still
Yeah.
be sad.
Yeah.
Like, I had a few falling outs in high school. Like, I couldn't be as active as they wanted to be, so they were like, "Oh, is it okay if we like go and play with these people?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that's fine." And I wasn't fine with that. Actually,
No.
I was
Oh, no.
sad. I was sad, but that's okay. It's in the past. Like, that's it. Just being sad is okay. Being sad is a good emotion that you can experience, and you're allowed to experience it.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just be sad and process it, I guess.
Eat
That's
some
how
ice
you-
cream.
Yeah.
Get your tears out. It's okay to cry.
It's okay to cry. Appreciate what was good. Cry about
What's bad?
it if you need to. It's always it's good to let out your emotions.
True.
And if tears come, that's fine. Tears are normal.
Tears are very
They're
normal.
natural. Yeah.
Unless you're a dog. Dogs don't
Unless
cry.
dogs aren't supposed to cry.
Oh, yeah?
Take your dog to a vet if they're crying.
Oh. Why? What happened?
I
They just
actually don't know.
cry.
Oh.
I think it's
They're not supposed to do
they
that.
just don't have like, if they're sad, they're gonna vocalize. They're not gonna
All
cry.
right.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Arr." They're not gonna-
Later.
tears don't come out of their eyes.
Humans are the only species where their tear ducts engage when they're sad.
Oh.
Yeah.
wow.
That's we're the only species that does that.
Yeah, other ones usually tend to do that when there's like a problem. So, other than emotional. Usually.
All right. Okay. Shall we move on to the next one?
Yes. The next loaded
Yeah.
question.
I think this one is a lighter one, I guess. Oh, if you hear any bow wow wow, that's my dog. I think, you know.
Aww.
Bow wow wow wow. So the question is, how do you know whether someone is your true friend? I've been having difficulties trusting people and developing genuine relationship, partly due to the betrayals that my past friends did and shitty things that people did to me. I lost faith in human relationship and isolated myself. But I've been trying to overcome my fear and insecurity to develop more genuine relationship. The genuine relationship. But the question is, how do I know whether someone is a good and trustworthy friend? Should I trust my instincts or should I give people a try? As in if I am interested in someone, should I hang out with them and see how it goes? If so, what qualities make a good and trustworthy friend?
I feel like the title and the final question that are two very different questions.
Yeah, I suppose so. I can relate to having issues like, oh god, there's an airplane. Sorry. I can relate to having issues with trusting people. I struggle to make like any kind of like friendships or relationships a lot because I just don't really, I don't know. Like
Well,
I think I'm too cautious, I guess.
The communication again is a big play here.
True.
Yeah.
Puka also said on the chat that ability to communicate honestly without being rude or taking everything personally. Also respecting boundaries. I should say read it that way because it's caps lock when they're expressed.
Yeah. Respect boundaries. If someone doesn't want to have their hand held, don't hold their hand. If someone doesn't want to be hugged, don't hug them.
True.
If someone wants you to
Mm-hmm.
talk in a quieter voice, talk in a quieter voice. Like
Yes.
Yeah.
people have issues and you should respect those issues.
Yeah. I feel like friendships or any relationship in general, really, should be about communication, mutual respect, setting boundaries, all that kind of stuff, because it's important so that like two people can be like awesome, great people, but they still might accidentally like hurt each other if they don't express like their personal like needs and boundaries with each
True.
other.
Exactly.
Flip mentioned that if he has an issue, he usually quiets down. I feel like
Oh.
Okay, well that's shutting down. That's a response. It's a human response. It's
I
like fight,
guess.
flight, or freeze. It freeze.
Yeah, I tend to do that too.
yeah.
It sucks. It's really difficult to get out of the habit of just not really communicating what you need, you know?
In a way, it's tough because maybe communicating needs feel like, oh, am I being troublesome? You know?
Yeah.
But at the
Like,
same
I never
time,
want to.
I mean, but then it builds up, and then you
Yeah.
have a giant
snowballs.
conversation with a lot of feelings involved at the end of it. Like it's
Yeah.
better to get the little things out of the way quickly than
mm,
to just let it build.
Yeah.
yeah, losing friends over things that you don't communicate well is a bit
Yeah.
It's difficult.
And I think this question also, I feel like knowing, like for OP, right, knowing their values and like beliefs beforehand before they go out there and find new friends is important.
Like
Yeah.
making friends in the VTuber community, I feel like it's like going through all of this again, because obviously I've met you guys and I fucking love you guys. Like you're like
Ow.
you're my
Aw,
guys,
thank
my
you.
buddies. Like give you a noogie on the head, but like, like we all have a lot of like a lot in common. Like Snail and I both have the transgender experience and blah 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 blah. And Melly and I are both gossipy little bitches.
Oh no! True colors! Ah!
And like we just click. We all just click, and that is a part of making friends. I feel like if you click with someone, you should see how things go. But sometimes you'll click with someone, and they'll be a creep, or they will just have things that bother you, or sometimes if you see red flags, just heighten the wall a little bit more.
True, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I mentioned about like knowing your own belief and values, because sometimes what we see as red flags are not red flags to others, you know? And like if it match with your friend, it's good, but if it's not, you know, I mean, it's not like you need to ditch your friend just because your values don't align. Though, like, yeah, I do have difficulty with like, I think I mentioned it in previous streams that I have this tendency to see things in a black and white way. So if I see something annoying from someone, I immediately everything they do, even though it's white, it becomes like 50 shades darker.
You have the full 50 shades.
Yeah, and like I'm still
Yeah.
working on like processing it, like, oh yeah, they can be gray and they are still nice people, so like, you know, I can still at least be, I don't know, co-workers basis, if you know what I mean.
It can also be the just the fact of like they do one bad thing and suddenly every just them existing is annoying.
Yes.
Yeah. It kind of like
So, like-
taints your image of them. in a
Yeah,
way.
like even just them going like coming up to you and saying hi, you'll be nice, and then you go away and be like,
Yep.
hi, like me.
Be like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Like it happens. It's not good, but it happens.
It's immature.
Yeah.
I'm feeling very called out right now. Ah!
Like, okay. I have someone at my IRL job who annoys me quite a bit because she did a couple things that really offended me and like really annoyed me and made me angry. And she sometimes like we still butt heads, but oh god. But a little burp. Ignore me. We still butt heads, but like I still find her really annoying. Even if we can get along still. Like she'll still crack jokes and I still find her funny, but ugh.
It's tough. Yeah, like Flip mentioned on the chat that coworkers can honestly really make a job better or worse, which is
Yeah,
true.
absolutely. Very, very true. The people you're around.
Oh yeah. There's been plenty of people like throughout
Hello, thank you for the
my
follow.
schooling years that I've found extremely annoying, and I find a lot of people annoying. I don't know why. I think there's something wrong with me. I'll get like a bad vibe of someone that I meet for like the first time, and I immediately am like, I don't like you. I don't know why, but then they kind of like do things that I genuinely find annoying afterwards. So I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
that that was tough.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the vibe reading thing. Yeah, sometimes on the first meeting, on the first handshake, I immediately know if I can get along with this person or not. And then like,
Yeah, I mean, you trust your gut. Trusting your gut is probably one of the.
I guess.
Yeah.
But sometimes when it's at work or like, let's say it's your partner's friend and stuff, you cannot just be like, okay, fuck it, I'm out, kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. If it's someone you have to spend a lot of time with, regardless, because you just kind of have to. Sometimes
Yeah.
you have to suck it up, unfortunately.
Yeah, sometimes people that you're friends with have friends that you don't quite like, but honestly, being mature is being able to be in the same room as them, and
Yeah.
still, and still be nice. You don't have to like people. Just
Yeah,
be
and
nice.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm still learning it, but I feel like, you know, in the end, when we are annoyed by people, we are the one who experience the whole symptoms of anger, you know, like tenseness and stuff. And in the end, it's
Yeah.
not beneficial for us. So,
No.
yeah, if you cannot do it
Yeah.
for others, let's try to do it for ourselves.
Mhm.
It's what I try
Yeah.
to get. But it's true, like, anger is very addictive, I would say.
It is.
It is, yeah.
Right.
It's a very big feeling, and as soon as you're out of confrontation, you're like, where can I get more? And like that could
Yeah.
Yeah.
when I left high school and I was away from all the confrontation, I didn't really know what to do with myself for a while. because I didn't have anyone to fight. I wasn't fighting for my right to exist.
Mm.
So I didn't know what to do with myself. I was like, it's calm. How do I deal with this?
Yeah.
True. I'm like, true friend, huh?
Mm.
True friend.
This
I
is
don't know how
like
to-
similar to like when people on romantic sense is like, how do I know if this person is my soulmate?
Yeah, well, okay. If you're willing to date a person, I think they're a true friend. But also, platonic relationships are quite important besides romantic
True.
relationships.
Yeah. It's a good
Um,
foundation.
Absolutely.
And anyone
Mm.
on the aromantic spectrum will also. This is a big conversation that you had with yourself in middle school, probably.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That platonic relationships are just as fulfilling, and you don't need a romantic relationship sometimes.
True.
Yeah.
So with a platonic relationship, if you want to hang out with them, if you think about them, even when they're not around, like a lot of these things are gonna sound like I'm listing the the symptoms of being
Yeah.
in love, but it's honestly
But it's
very similar.
it's yeah. Like I feel like I could kind of speak on this because I am at least I'm still somewhat
I'm-
figuring it out. But
Yeah.
I'm on the aromantic
It's always a
spectrum
struggle.
despite having two partners, so I
Mm,
completely understand it.
yeah. Like sometimes you just really like someone platonically, you know? It
Mm.
doesn't always have to be romantic.
Mm.
Because trust me, I've confused them quite a bit, like especially like during middle school.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm able to really feel any romantic feelings towards anybody. I think I just really like people as friends, and I think that's enough for me. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
No, that's
I think it's good that way.
And like talking in romantic sense, I actually try to read this. Basically, there's this I would say he's a professor. You know what? I'll Google it. I don't wanna mention names and be wrong.
Might be some kind of doctor or scientist
Yeah.
kind of thing.
So basically he's a therapist too. He's and they actually make this as husband and wife. So he's a psychologist and professor. And then his wife is also basically they do research on what makes a relationship like marriage specifically work
Okay.
in the long run. Yeah.
Mm.
And they
Like a
always mention it.
Study on human
Right.
relationship.
Yeah. They always like mention it time and time again that deep friendship is the foundational level of it. It's Dr. Gottman. I don't know if married people in the chat know of him. His books are great. His wife is chill and funny. Recommended. Even in long-term relationship or like early dating stage, I feel like having this knowledge from this guy is always good. So yes.
But yeah, even applying that to normal relationships, normal friendships
Yeah.
is still good. Like,
Yeah.
obviously you have friends where it's like you're just an acquaintance where like you could probably hang out with them randomly, but like
Yeah.
there will be relationships that are a bit like more intense, like more intensive, where you want to hang out with them all the time. Like friendship itself is a spectrum as well.
True.
Yeah.
And like you have your outer circle and your inner circle, and then you have your partners, your family. Like, there's so many levels to human connection.
Yeah.
I feel like it's because it's human. It's always like related to human emotion, which is already in itself complex, and you add more complexities to that. So it's really something that's difficult to get an absolute definition on, because every single human being on Earth is different in some way or another.
Everyone will
So
have a
there's
different definition of what's good and what's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes you just find the people that match yours, like the definition of them might
Yeah.
match yours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, if you look hard enough, you'll find your people. That's how it. I mean, that's
Exactly.
kind of how I ended up here, anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Like,
Just
don't
your
forget to
side,
stay true to yourself in the process as well.
of
Put
course,
yourself
yeah.
forward. put your true self forward.
Yes.
Mhm.
Although there are those people that like they'll put forward a persona and they're different when you talk to them.
Yeah, that is true.
Like it can be a good thing, like someone's shy, but when you get them talking, they're all really fun and excitable. But it can also be a bad thing where like they're nice on the
Yeah.
outside and you talk to them, they're
And
actually an
then-
asshole.
True.
Yeah.
But that's when again communication, and if that doesn't work, that's when you step away from them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And sometimes, yeah, personalities just don't match. So, like, it's okay to, like, move on, you know. I mean, I feel
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Yeah.
OP's way of seeing friendship is a bit, like, you know, true friend means
Black and
that
white.
it will stick forever, you know.
Mm.
Yeah.
But people change.
Mm.
So, like,
Yeah.
you know,
Not everything lasts forever,
yeah.
Yeah.
which is
Like
sad.
the
but
way-
that's true.
Yeah.
But that's what makes
the
it
way I
precious,
see
too, you
it-
know.
Mm.
Yeah. Like everything in the universe really changes no matter what.
Mm.
So, but sometimes it's okay to just accept that. I feel like, you
Mhm.
know, because everything's always moving. Everything's always like getting older. Some things are new. Some things are old.
Yeah.
Everything has like a timeline to it,
Mm.
in a sense, I guess. You know, so like everything changes, but I feel like it's okay for things to change.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
I think there is this other concept in like romantic relationship that can be applied to friendship too. It's
Mhm.
the fact that like basically it's like we are vases, like flower vase, you know, the ceramic one. And then like
Mm.
Oh, God,
sometimes
yeah.
okay, it's a mishmash of things I read, so like it might not make sense, but I believe in like, you know, sometimes we kind of we can break each other's trust in the smallest of things.
Mm.
Yeah.
And like how we mend it matters. That's why there's this whole concept of kintsugi and stuff in Japanese where you mend it with gold and stuff.
Yeah.
That always looks so beautiful.
Yeah. And shit, I lost my train of thoughts, but yeah.
Well, I get what you mean. It's kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's
the-
this ratio thing that I learned, like, you know, how we are not 100% good or 100% bad, but as long as your friend or your partner is like 80% good and 20% bad, you can always stick to that 80%. And we as a person also, like, when we treat other people, we should be like 80% good, because want it or not, that 20% will come leaking out, you know what I mean? Yes. I feel like that is important to remember as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you spell kintsugi correctly, Puka.
Good
It's like,
job. Very
in a
proud of
way,
you.
in a way, how do I say this? Like, maybe OP needs to know what quality does OP have that makes him or her be a good friend to begin with, and you know everything will follow suit. Yes.
Yeah.
You also gotta ask, like, what are you looking for as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Intentions.
Like, what do
are
you want in a friend?
Yeah.
I suppose is a good question to ask yourself.
Yeah, similar to romantic relationship in general, I would say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
That they're all kind of like connected together.
Yeah.
It's like the key word is relationship.
Yeah.
The
Talking to
keyword is
someone
a
in
ship.
some way. A ship. Relation.
On a ship.
On a ship. we're all sailors at
We're
sea.
sailing, boys.
We're
We're going in.
sailing.
All right.
I put on a cowboy voice for that. I don't know why I did.
Your Texas self is leaking out.
No, my soul.
Is Texas your soul?
I guess so.
Should we
Okay.
go to the next one?
Yes, next question. Can you be friends with someone you have nothing in common with? To clarify, in common means shared interests, activities, experiences, and the like.
I mean,
Ah.
I think
Still?
so. In a way.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think
okay.
so too. It
I mean,
might
the
be a
one
bit
of
more difficult.
yeah, like I guess for example, I'm still really close to one friend from high school, although we don't really have many or really any shared interests anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're really into stuff like DC, Marvel.
Mm.
I'm more into stuff like anime,
Yeah.
American cartoons, random stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But we're still good friends. We still talk on the regular. It is harder to like keep up a friendship when you don't really
Yeah.
have things in common to talk about, for sure. But
It's
it's possible.
I guess.
you talk
Yeah.
less about things and more about experiences and activities, maybe.
Mm.
Yeah, I guess I like that for making new friends actually. Like, they experience what I want to
Yeah.
experience and I want to know all about that.
Yeah, like I like hearing my friends talk about whatever the heck they are interested in at the moment because I think it's fun to learn this stuff that I had know nothing about.
Yeah.
I mean, before stream, I was info dubbing about Guilty Gear.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And
I was
I know
talking
nothing
about
about Guilty
Guilty
Gear.
Yeah. I'm like, come play with me. Kick your ass's testament in May.
Like I think stuff like sharing interests and activities and experiences can be pretty fun. It can build bonds pretty well.
And also, if you're willing to listen to someone talk about their interests, that is going to mean a lot to the other person.
Yeah,
True. True that, yeah.
it does. It does.
Shared interests, huh? I wonder if like shared belief and value is also part of shared interest,
It could be.
right? So what if
I mean, they also had and the like at the end, so it could be really anything.
yeah, but what if that means like what if they have different beliefs from you and values and stuff? Maybe it's opposite.
That's a
Opposite.
whole other question, honestly.
It's like a whole can of worms.
Dun dun.
Okay,
That's the point of this
Dun.
podcast, okay?
Of course.
identifying as a minority, I guess. If you are, I know that there's a lot of like trans laws changing in America at the moment, right?
Oh yeah.
So if you are trans and you are friends with someone who's going to be like, yeah, I love these new laws coming in, making it illegal to be trans. That's like, no, you're violating.
Like,
I shouldn't exist.
you're violating my rights, buddy.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
That I don't know how people could do that because I know there are some people who do that.
Yeah.
I don't know how people could do that. I would not be friends with anyone who is transphobic or homophobic or anything like that because
Yeah.
I am the most like I don't
They're
look
like-
it because like I have my natural hair color and I'm very like I'm feminine, like I'm very femininely presenting, but bitches look on my online persona and be like, man, that's a a genderless, polyamorous, non-binary, gender fucked up bitch with pronouns right there. Like I'm probably like very anti a lot of like extreme people.
Yeah.
Like I am an extremist's nightmare.
I do
I
I don't
It
know
definitely-
someone. Oh, sorry, Snail. You go first.
it definitely depends. It definitely depends on what the beliefs are about. Like,
yeah.
if it's like, I don't know, stuff like economics, things that
Religion.
I don't know. Yeah, like I don't really mind, you know. But if it's like about human rights, whether someone's allowed to exist or not, then it can become a
Yeah.
issue.
I guess, yeah.
I once started talking to someone and we had a chat about like a religion because I realized they had a Bible verse in their bio. And like, 'cause I was raised Christian and like I went to a Baptist school, so obviously I still remember a fair amount of like biblical studies and stuff like that, and I still find it quite interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I was like, "Oh, you're Christian. I'm just letting you know I'm pagan. Like I choose I very specifically chose not to follow the Christian God."
True.
And they're like, "Oh, that's okay. I just hope that even in your final moments you return to Christ." And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
I was like, basically, hope, like, say that I hope I convert so I don't go to hell in the end.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like, it felt a bit like backhanded. So like, there's that, and then I've got my normal friend group is we have a couple Christians, a couple pagans, some people who don't believe in anything. Like, we're a real mixed bag over there.
In a way,
Yeah, Ellie in chat just said people love to make us Christians look real bad.
yeah, to be
And
honest, yes.
unfortunately, that is true. Yeah, Melly, you're also
It is
Christian.
unfortunate.
Yeah,
For me,
I don't
it's
know about you,
like,
Snail.
in a way, I mean, I grew up in like a Christian school before, and then yeah, it's kind of crazy because the school has a Bible studies teacher, and I remember him saying that if I put a naked man and woman in front of this class, they're gonna have sex, kind of thing. Now I'm
Yeah,
like,
that's weird.
yeah,
That's
it's very
weird.
weird. It's stuck in my mind until now because it's very weird, and he looks like he really believes that, but yeah, I don't know.
Oh
And
boy.
like,
I think Thor just needs to get in touch with his sexuality a little bit more.
I know, right? And it's like, for me, I think, at least based on the people I know, there is one that's like legit homophobic to the extent that I remember there's this time of the year, I think it was last year, 2 years ago or something, where Superman was being shown as queer, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she or he, my friend, legit went to the like some kind of Instagram account for the comic book fans, and they really preach about how, like, you know, people nowadays choose the world two ways and stuff. In a way, as a Christian, I kind of get that, you know, our mission is somewhat to like spread the news, but then like I feel like spreading the news
Some
doesn't
people
equal
spread the
judging,
wrong news. Yeah.
right?
Some people spread the wrong news.
And then sometimes it's like this. So basically, when basically that friend went on a rant to me about that topic, and I was like, dude, I mean, yeah, sure, it's better if everyone can go to heaven, no? But at the same time, it's like, aren't you doing the same thing that you don't like from, let's say, your parents? Because like you're just doing your own thing, and they don't understand, they don't try to learn, and they just come to you and be like, hey, you suck, something like that.
Well, then there's also the fact that being gay is not a sin.
I mean, well, I don't know. I tried to look into it. On the Bible, they did say something that it's something along the line to sin. Oh, Snail disappeared
Bye,
again.
Snail.
No!
Okay, I would like to delve a bit into this.
Okay.
Because I've also done like my
Snail is back.
now.
Am
I've also done like a fair amount of research, and there's so many mistranslations with like the big lines that people bring up in like their homophobia. They're like, it's a sin because this line said men should not sleep with a man. But
Oh, yeah.
it's like men shall not lie with boy. It's a anti-pedophilia, like pedophilic line. Like it's not gay. It's not anti-gay. It's anti-pedophiles. And stuff like that. There's a lot of like issues with people who just go, oh, it says this, okay.
Yeah. And sometimes
I feel like everyone do your research before you get into things, because being gay and sexuality and all that is a very fluid subject and concept. And I mean, according to those kinds of Christians, lions are going to hell, octopus are going to hell, cats are going to hell, every other animal on the planet is going to hell. Like, you know,
in a way,
It's natural.
mm, in a way also in terms of religion and stuff, there is always people like the pastors or like the mega church preacher or whatever. They always take things. It's like literature, you know. You can take one sentence and like make your own context, right?
Exactly. Out of context.
And sometimes
But
it's
yeah, I don't-
easier for people to just believe in something and preach it rather than delve into it. Because challenging one's belief is a very tough,
that is tough. It
yeah,
is very tough.
very tough thing to do.
Yeah, everything's going to hell. Yes, it is trash. We're all going to hell.
I feel
Nah,
like
I don't. I personally, I don't believe in hell, but that's a topic for another day.
yeah, I feel like it should be another episode. Like
Yeah,
a whole
we could
episode
have a
for that.
religious discussion. We can have a religious discussion another time.
Yeah, we should make. I think we should totally make an episode on that. To be honest,
Mm.
it's
Oh,
It might be interesting,
controversial,
yeah.
but sorry,
It is very controversial.
but yeah, I mean we are on the internet, so.
Yeah.
And for me, I guess in the end, when it boils down to this question, right? Like, can you be friends with someone you have nothing in common with? In terms of like extreme beliefs, right? I feel like it's more of what actions they take following that belief.
Mm.
Yeah, someone might believe like, oh yeah, gay people might go to hell and stuff like that. But they can choose not to be an asshole about it, I think.
Mm.
Or is that too or am I putting that too lightly?
Okay. I feel like gay people are going to hell, and like if you think that and not outwardly express it, it's still kind of mean. Like if I don't know, if one of my friends were like, "Oh yeah, I'm cool with you, but like gay people are weird guy, like they're going to hell, guys." Like
Mm.
sorry.
Oh boy.
Like if that was like if that happened, I wouldn't know how to react. I
To
would
be
be
honest, yeah.
very upset. I'd be so
Yeah.
upset.
But in the end, that means that friend is still expressing it, no?
Yeah, but
Mm.
it is it's still like a like okay. This is very
It's a
tough.
difficult topic.
It's a difficult topic. It is. So okay. Hypothetically, I have a friend
Mm-hmm.
who I get along well with, and you know we're buddies. And one day we're having a discussion about religion, or like about gay rights maybe or something.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm.
because I am very publicly out as LGBT, so like they know that I am gay and they know that I am trans and all this stuff. So this hypothetical friend, if we're having a talk about gay rights, I guess, they go, "Oh yeah, damn gays, they're going to hell."
Ah,
I'm gonna
Ugh.
go. My God,
I'm gonna
damn
be like,
gays.
excuse me.
Yeah, like, it's like I'm gay. So I
It's
would
like,
probably be very confused first.
yeah.
So
I guess they're putting their beliefs first before the friendship, I would say.
well,
Mm.
in that case, I guess they're putting their friendship before. Like, if they're friends with me and still think I'm going to hell, they're putting their friendship before, their religion there. But then, if they then go, "Oh yeah, like you're cool and like I respect you as a person, but I don't agree with your choices." That line of "I don't agree with your choices," I heard it so much in high school. I'm like, I'm gonna fucking
Oof.
strangle you.
Yeah.
I've heard it so many times.
In a way,
Oh god.
it's tough because like just like how they cannot be taught police to what the LGBTs are doing,
Mm.
we cannot really like be a thought police on them too. So I thought the silver lining will be if they don't say it out or they don't become like, oh yeah, I'm better than you because like y'all are going to hell, it's gonna be better. But I guess it's not.
Yeah, well, okay.
Mm.
I think like there's a difference between thought policing and being friends with someone who thinks you're a sin.
Yeah.
Go on.
Okay.
Go on.
So back to the hypothetical friend. If they were like, I don't agree with your choices, my next response would probably be like, "You think I choose to do this?"
Mm.
Yeah.
I
'Cause-
didn't choose to have like 5 identity crises in a row. Um,
Mm.
it's just something that happened and something that I figured out about myself. It's just how I am.
Yeah.
Like it's a mental health thing as well. It's these
Mm.
things caused me to be sad, so I fixed that.
In a way,
Yeah.
Especially with
it's like,
dysphoria, like
how do I say this? Hmm. In a way, in Christianity, we are taught not to judge people.
yeah.
But at the same time, apparently, I haven't read into this, by the way. I only say this based on what that friend of mine told me. That we're also told to so-called judge people or something. I don't know. For me, I mean, I'm straight. I'm religious. There you go. I'm like, the straightest person.
You're a cishet married woman
Oh, there you go.
who is also a Christian. So
Yeah, and like for me, it's like, how do I say this? I mean, I'm not trying to defend myself or anything, but
Mm.
not
you and me, like you versus me, Melly, and then me versus Snail, and then Snail versus Melly. We all have very different identities and very different paths that we've walked.
right.
And like the
Yeah.
Christian, like the Christian truth is like the mission is to spread the love,
Yeah.
spread the kindness.
Yep.
And I guess for some people also spread the truth with trying to I convert is the only word.
And to be
I'm
honest,
sorry.
I mean, I've been going to church recently, but it's not the local church. I go for this online one, and their common topic currently is that to, let's say, believe in Jesus, you don't need to be a Christian.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it, I
Yeah.
guess, because like Indian, the whole like, sure, judging people is something that's bad, but it just happens in our head. But it's like what you do with the
It's
judgment
human.
and like,
It's human nature. It happens
Mm.
by accident.
but it's like
Yeah.
the whole like I'm mightier than you. I mean, in the Bible, there is always a story of like religious people acting higher than Jesus, and you know what happened to them
Yeah.
in the end. So like,
Yeah, I mean, didn't
Yeah.
he fucking flip the shit out of a temple once?
Yeah. I think I don't know. I haven't.
That's a great story. I love my favorite part of the Bible is when Jesus flips the table in a
Yeah.
temple.
that's because people are using like the temple as a place to like have profit and stuff. So like they're trying to gain profit from from
Yeah,
religion
I
and
think it
stuff.
was a shop.
Yeah.
There was like the shops in a
Yeah, and
temple.
there's like a gambling parlor or something, like low-key gambling.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
I mean, Indian, yeah, sure, God wants us to be righteous, but at the same time, if you're judging people and if you're telling people, oh, you're going to hell because you don't do things the way I do,
Mm.
what's the point of Jesus coming to the world? In my head, like,
Mm.
Yeah.
In my chat, I just had Ellie say it's wild that people hyper-focus on the idea of quote saving people brackets converting,
yeah,
but ignore the whole aspect of unconditional love, humility, and not using religious as an excuse to be helpful.
yep, exactly.
Like there's the people who hyper-focus are like, oh, if you're not Christian, you're going to hell, you're gonna die, blah blah blah.
Mm.
And they, by trying to spread this as an excuse to be hateful, not an excuse to be helpful. So they're using religion
Yeah.
as an excuse to be bad people, mean
Yeah.
people. But that, yeah, again, that's using, if you're saying like back to the gay topic, like if you're using religion as the excuse, that is using religion as an excuse to be a hateful person. But yeah, I feel like it's more important to focus on the unconditional love and humility and stuff like that. Because okay, I believe in a higher power, but I choose to say that I follow Apollo instead. But the way I worship and my message that I try to give is pretty much the same as that kind of Christian flavor. That flavor of
Flavor.
Christian with just trying to be a good person and be nice and spread the love.
Mm.
But I just choose to say that I am not a Christian and that I follow Apollo because that's more a
That aligns more to your
it
beliefs?
aligns more with myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's because it involves health and it involves the sun and music and medicine and all these connections that you make. So it's just a little bit of a different way. There are people who worship God, like capital G God, in a pagan way where they have the altar set up, they have the divining tools and all that kind of stuff. There's many different ways to worship different gods and even the same gods. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very big topic.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't really.
Yeah.
I don't have much to say on it because I'm not really a religious person.
Oh.
Like, not fully atheist or anything, but I'm not specifically religious, I guess.
You're like agnostic, where it's you
I
believe
suppose,
in a
yeah.
possibility, but you don't believe in a
Yeah.
specific
True.
type.
It's kind of like I don't know. I just respect other people's
Yeah.
what they believe to be true.
You just be
'Cause-
nice.
Yeah. Just be respectful to each other. Don't hurt each other. Be kind. Be
Yeah,
respectful.
Follow the law.
Yes.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of what's important, you know? Just
Yeah.
be a good person, regardless of like what your religious beliefs are.
True. So I guess we can still be friends with someone we have nothing in common with, but how they respect the boundaries, they respect, how they treat us matters. Yes.
Very much so.
Shall we go to the next one?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
That
it's
was a
kind of
big
long.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, because there is a lot of context on this, but I want us to approach this topic with our own context as well. But let's approach it from this person's context. How does one get over self-esteem issues from childhood, especially when one knows that they are better than the image they have of themselves? I'm a man, and I grew up in a very abusive household where I was constantly assaulted verbally and physically, being called some of the worst things possible by parents. On top of that, I was constantly bullied at school for a large birthmark in the middle of my forehead, as well as being overweight. I wasn't a saint, but I'm positive that most of my destructive behaviors were simply ways of coping. Now, as an adult in my 30s, I've recently started taking Zoloft and Wellbutrin for the past 6 months. I don't know what those are. And it's worked wonders.
Antidepressants from the
Oh.
same sound of it, yeah.
I've completely stopped many compulsive behaviors like binge eating, substance abuse, and nail biting while taking on healthier routines like becoming vegan. I've been a vegetarian for some time, working out consistently, giving up food with added sugars, and volunteering usually 3 days a week, helping with ESL classes and legal help for migrants. I've lost over 50 pounds. I don't know how much is that in kilograms.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
Oh, in
That's
about
a lot.
in about 5 months. Wow. And have a lot of muscle tone now. One of my best friends, who is a female, has told me that I'm good looking even when I was heavier, but compliments me more often now. I've also had a few recent relationships with women who I consider very attractive, and I'm sometimes bewildered when they show interest in me at all. Two of the women I really liked and had been intimate with had told me that I was really hot or very good looking, as well as extremely charming. Yet this relationship failed, in part I believe because of my own insecurities. I just don't see it. I want to, but I cannot. And I get suspicious whenever I'm complimented this way, even though the logical part of me sees no threat or a hidden agenda in their words. I don't know how to get over my narcissism and low self-esteem. Is it really even possible to at this point?
Okay, that's an interesting one.
Right.
Ellie in my chat said this guy is stroking his ego here just a little bit.
Yeah. I guess that's
Well-
that's what he wanna get over with.
Mm. He might. Okay, so he was bullied and abused by his parents.
Mm.
So I don't know. I guess his fear here might be the compliments aren't real, or the compliments are to hide the fact that they're going to like beat him up later or something. Either he probably either thinks acting as a like a red herring, or as like, or just are completely untrue. So I think he was just trying to be like, oh, this is what women say about me. Now that I've like now that I'm healthy, just to like put the word out there that this might be what, I don't know. He doesn't necessarily say it, but I feel like he's insecure about not believing these things. So
Yeah.
he might be the type of partner who fishes for compliments or wants a lot of
Affirmation and stuff.
approval, affirmation,
Yeah.
and that might be too much for the other people, so he might just do it a lot. So I guess he's asking, self-esteem issues from child.
So the short answer is find a good therapist.
Yeah, short answer,
Yeah.
therapy. Long answer, I guess, is being able to identify what you're insecure about. And like that's always the first step, is identification.
Yeah.
Because once you identify it, you can work towards fixing that issue.
Mm-hmm.
So he's identified narcissism and low self-esteem. I think it's possible from any point. It just will take a lot of work the older and the more used to things that you are.
I don't.
Low self-esteem is really tricky.
I mean, low
Because you can't
self-esteem.
just-
Of course, he shows it, but the
is.
narcissism, I actually cannot understand. Where did
Yeah,
he
I
get that
think-
from?
Yeah.
He might feel
he
like
might
a
be-
narcissist for fishing for compliments.
Ah.
Yeah, that might be it. Because it seems like he gets compliments and he wants more compliments because he is worried that he's not what people like tell him. So he wants to hear it more because he's insecure about it. And he's worried about it. But then he feels bad for asking about it. That's what it seems like to me.
The
It's so
psycho.
complex. It is. Fucking mental health is just a fucking circle. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so dumb because the dumbest little things are like the things that usually fix it.
I feel like the first thing that OP also needs to do is to internalize the compliments. At least that's what worked for me. Because, like, I can relate with his past situations a bit. I think I mentioned at some point as well, like, the reason why I made this whole GTT and try to make it like some kind of mental health centric is because I need to talk to more people and find out, like, you know, if growing up my parents say I'm A and that A is negative and it used to be the part of my identity because I believe whatever they say to be true, and now I'm an adult and I feel, and people say that, oh, actually that's not true, then if I'm not A, what am I? Like I have,
that's one hell of an identity crisis.
yeah, like I have
Yeah.
that struggle very often and I haven't really found the answer. But for me, what helps right now for me to stand here right now is the fact that I used to reject compliments, to be like, oh no, no, I'm not such thing, kind of thing. And I know it's gonna just make the cycle worse at some point, so I try to just say yes. Like even when you don't believe it, just say yes first, and slowly
Yeah.
you'll internalize it. You know?
Hmm.
Yeah, and you become a happier person, I would say.
Yeah.
Your Google just fucking broke. Hold on. I just realized that I've been showing a blank screen for a while.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Like we're there, we're talking, but
They aren't seeing
The
it, though.
slides aren't
they
there.
they're not seeing it.
Ah,
Oh no.
Oh, I'm so silly. I'm silly. I'm silly.
It's
What if I
okay.
just do this?
it's all right.
You know what? I'm just gonna go to my just chatting screen. Fuck this shit. They can listen.
Yes.
They get to talk. They get to
It's like an
just
audiobook.
listen. Yeah.
But yeah, so basically, I feel like internalizing compliments is one of the more important steps before do
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
Abusive also.
internalizing, like, okay. I think it's again, you know how we talked earlier about tapping and accepting your problems
Mm-hmm.
and your
Yeah.
worries. I feel like doing that again, but to accept the good things
Yeah.
might be beneficial for
Yeah.
OP here.
Right.
Mm.
And then he'll face the next problem, which I do too. Like no matter how good I am, there will be parts of me
Oh
that are
god,
not
I
good.
made you guys tiny. I made you guys so small.
Like there are parts of me that are not good, and I struggle with people knowing that. Because it's
Mm.
like, yeah, I know people are not perfect, but at the same time, I feel like, oh no, if let's say Moss knows I'm a prick, I'm a little bit of a prick, Moss wouldn't like me anymore, something like that. Like if Snail
No.
knows
Yeah.
I'm this patty, something like
I'm a dickhead, man.
that.
I'm a bitch.
It's hard for me to actually say that, yeah, I'm a bad bitch from around the corner, you know what I mean, kind of thing.
Well, the thing is though, I may say that I'm a bitch, but I'm probably not. I'm setting
Yeah.
myself up for accepting if people think I'm bad.
Oh yeah, I struggle with that a lot.
Like people's self-perceptions of themselves are typically very different from how other people see you, you know?
True.
Yeah.
Like I I struggle with self-esteem quite a bit, you know? There's like I feel like if I'm not doing something enough or if I'm doing something too much, it's always complicated. It's a complicated
Oh,
thing to
yeah.
deal with.
It's very much so.
Like but at the end of the day, you can't control how other people think about you at the same time because it's what's
it's
going
like-
on in their brains and not yours, but you can control what you think about yourself.
True.
Yeah. It's like it's like when you walk past a group of people and they laugh and you're like, shit.
Yeah. It's like, what did I do?
Right.
Yeah, like you can't control how they're thinking or feeling. Like, because you don't know what they're thinking or feeling, really. You only know how you're thinking or feeling.
Yeah.
Like, one thing my mother, I love her very much.
Another. This number.
She.
I'm like, how do you say that?
Another.
The snother. One thing she makes me do is that whenever I'm like, kind of like being my own biggest hater.
Yeah, I mean, you are your own worst
Like-
critic.
Yeah, exactly. Whenever, like, she notices that I'm, like, feeling that way, like, I'm hating on myself for things that are typically out of my control, she tells me, she asks me if I'm being a good friend to myself.
Oh.
If I'm
Aw.
saying good things about myself.
Hmm.
And I feel like one of the better ways is that if you start thinking negative things about yourself, you have the ability to correct yourself in your mind, like argue back that no, I'm not this bad thing.
Hmm.
You know?
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
Mm.
That associates with what my therapist told me about like the inner child thing. Like, you know how sometimes we feel insecure, etc. It's more because of the small, our little younger version in us that's still like scared.
Yeah.
So we like he always
We're all
asked me,
babies on the inside.
yeah,
Yeah.
he always told me like, ask yourself if your niece made this kind of mistake, will you forgive her? For instance, then if you can do that to other children, physical children,
Mm.
then you should do it to yourself too, because you have like some kind of metaphorical children in you, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like the friends thingy, yeah, I don't know, I like that better. I don't want to be
That's
seen
cute.
as a baby.
Well, I mean, the inner child thing is always good because, like, if you met yourself, like, if you were able to go back in time and like talk to yourself as a baby, like,
Oh
well, as like
God. Oh.
in your most difficult moment, like for me, it would probably be in high school. Oh no, it would be when I was just coming into high school, actually.
Mm-hmm.
If I could go back and talk to myself, I would I would fucking cry, bro.
Yeah.
Like I won't go into like what happened to me during that time, but I was a lot of I had a lot of big feelings and I was only just discovering who I was as a person. And so if I were able to go back there and like be like, it's okay, you turn out all right. Look how cool we are now. Like you're
Yeah.
yeah. It's that talking to your younger self is still I think cute. I think it's nice.
Though I don't know if I'll be.
It helps a bit.
I don't know if I'll be patient if I talk to my younger self, because I bet my younger self will be like, nah, I don't believe you, but I suck. Then I'm like, shut up, shut up, shut up, just listen.
Be
Shut up.
quiet.
Ah.
Listen to me. I'm the adult now.
I'm you from the future. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, shut up.
I know better because I lived it.
Yeah, and then like,
Exactly.
what difference will I?
Experience comes with age.
But what's the
You
difference
grow up.
between that reaction as compared to, let's say, the parents that we had? Like, let's say, yeah, my parents weren't that great when it comes to emotional stuff. So if we are like, yeah, shut up, just listen to me. I'm just acting as my parents at this point. So
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Telling a child to shut up for their big feelings is it's not the
Yeah.
best course of
It's
action,
very-
in my
Right.
opinion.
Yeah. It's yeah.
Big feelings are very hard to control.
Big feelings are difficult, and I understand that very much.
yeah.
Mhm.
It's okay to have big feelings because they are there and they are big.
Yeah, very large. Very, very large.
Large feelings.
With a medium shake.
All right.
Yeah.
Wait. And small fries.
Small fries.
Okay, the next one is actually the last one for today.
Ooh.
Yeah, I
Ooh.
only took 10, but if in the future there are like questions you want to like discuss and stuff, feel free to put it in on my Discord channel down below.
Yes, join Melly's Discord server.
Yes.
Ooh,
I'm looking
ah.
to like do more episodes
Right,
where we talk about like advice and stuff as well. So if y'all are troubled, can
Mm.
write an anonymous note and be like, "Oh, this is the story of a friend" or whatever. Yeah, we don't care where it come from. We'll give you
Oh,
the
Yeah.
we
answer.
could Melly open like a Google forum.
Oh yeah, maybe I should.
Yeah.
Then it'll be completely anonymous.
Oh
Yeah, that
right.
is true. Yeah.
I'll try. I'm just afraid that people don't feel it. You know, then I'll be like,
We'll spread it around.
Yeah.
okay,
It could be like a group project.
all right,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, today I'm
Keep your eyes
going.
open for that, people.
Today I'm going to the concert, so I'll start from tomorrow.
Woo!
Woo.
Keep your eyes out for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there will be
Or
on
else.
Twitter threads and stuff.
Or else.
Or else. All right, the last question of the day.
Mm.
I need water.
Mhm.
Hydrate.
Drink the water.
I'm gonna
Okay.
eat the biggest slice of cake after this.
Mm.
Do you
Yeah.
Oh man,
find?
I wish I had cake to eat.
All right. Yeah, now I wish I have cake too. Then we are all sad because like I just want cake.
No.
Okay.
All right.
Do you find your true self or simply create it? Is there any research in psychology that will shed light on this question? Well, I haven't done my research, so maybe we can touch this question again in future, but for now, we just answer with the best of our abilities. I seem to run across two
Let me
kinds
get
of
my
people.
PhD first.
Oh my god, don't. It takes too long. I seem to run across two kinds of people. One supports the idea be authentic to who you are, but others simply say fake it till you make it. Oh, that's very black and white. In my experience, the former seems to be more common amongst women, while the latter is more likely held by men. You know, let's not tie ourselves to gender yet, but yes. Regardless, the implied goal is the same for both. You'll be more satisfied and happy with yourself and your life. Another way to describe this is to ask, do your feelings come first and lead you to happiness, or do actions come first and somehow infuse happiness? Some examples below to help tease these concepts out. Now, the first one, follow your heart or feelings to be most satisfied in life. For example, your feelings will lead you to the best significant other, best career, best friends, etc. It's a weird concept for me, but I'll continue first. Once you find those things, you'll be able to be your true self and find the most satisfaction in life or be happy with your view of self. The other side says establish some disciplines and the feelings will follow. For example, choose to act lovingly towards your significant others and you end up becoming passionate about them. Same goes for your job or your view of self, etc. Another example to clarify, I'm going to choose to volunteer at organization X Sunday, even though I'd rather sleep in. Hey, it turns out I like volunteering and I'm proud of myself for doing it. Yes. So many layers. A perfect last question of the day.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I'm a weird mix of both of these ideas.
Yeah.
Cause I am very like be authentic to who you are. But some days I don't feel like myself and I want to hide. But I can't hide. So that's when the fake it till you make it comes out. Because if I'm going somewhere that I don't want to, like work or something like that. It used to be school, now it's work for different reasons. But that's when it's like I do a little I'm the best, I'm okay, I can do this, it's okay. Like I hype myself up like that with all these positive like words, even if it feels like in the moment like I'm lying to myself, it still helps.
Okay. Self-affirmation then.
Yes, self-affirmation. But I still like in terms of personality. In terms of, okay, behind the scenes, I fake it till I make it. But on the forefront, I'm very authentic. I think that's the best way to describe how I go about things.
I feel like a good mix is always healthy, you know? And I
Yeah.
kind of feel like the question and the explanation beneath it is kind of like two different topics.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right?
it does feel like two different topics. I think this person's more asking how to find your true self to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like how
Like,
do
do
I
you
get to that point?
Have you
Do
Yeah.
have y'all felt like y'all have found the true self? Like your true self?
I feel like I've been through a decent amount of shit to have figured out myself. I'm very confident in my identity, and that's like what matters to me. I'm very comfortable with my life, but I'm sure there's some people who will look at me and say, "You're only 20. You have so much further to go."
Doesn't
And
matter.
yeah, I will probably have like a lot more changes happen to me as I grow older.
Yeah.
But right now, I feel like I am in my like I have my true self figured out.
Hmm.
Like at the moment, I feel pretty good. And
How about you,
that's
Sam?
what matters.
All right.
I I I I feel like I found myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my who I am, because you know, as me, I've that's kind of been a constant life struggle to know exactly who you are. It's difficult because as people, we like as we get older, we change. You know,
Mm.
we're not exactly the same like person we were when we were a little kid.
True.
Yeah, if I was the
But
exact same, I'd be transphobic.
if I was the exact same, I wouldn't speak ever. Things change as you get older and you learn more about yourself. And I feel like I've learned a lot about myself as I've gotten older and
Hmm.
I mean, I feel like I'm almost there to learning everything about myself, but I mean, you can never be 100% sure, I feel like, because anything can happen throughout your lifetime.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we live a long time. We've got a
We
lot
do.
of time to think about it. There's no rush.
There is a. I don't. There's so many people who are like, I need to figure myself out this second.
Yeah, it's not something you really can rush either because
Nah.
you don't know what the future is gonna be
True.
like unless you're like some kind of weird psychic, which is probably not what you are.
Real. Yeah, not real.
Yeah. So, like, you can't really predict who you'll be in like 30 years. I don't know who I'll be.
Me
I
either.
might be the same, I might be very different. And I think that's okay. I think that's fine, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah. Be authentic to
Like-
who you are. Hmm.
Yeah. I feel
But
like it
change
is.
coming.
Yeah.
And that's
It-
okay.
Like, both of the things that this person is talking about, they kind of. I feel like most people don't just stick to one thing, you know?
Yeah.
Because in certain parts of life, you kind of have to do both, you know?
Yeah.
Like, being yourself is something everyone kind of does all the time, really. But sometimes you have to put up a wall in, like, other situations that you have to deal with. Or if you don't really want to do something, but you feel like you should, then later you, like, at the end there, you find out that you actually like doing that thing you thought you didn't want to do? Great. Those are like a lot of different things, really. It's
So I guess it's like
and
more than finding true self is like we have our true self and then we create things and like experiences that make us be a better true self, I would say.
Well,
yeah.
I think the concept of true self and that really like find who you are, figure yourself out, like your identity and what you like and dislike and your boundaries and stuff like that. And if you have all that established, boom, true self.
Yeah.
Then
Like really,
you...
I don't. It's not like it is. It's still a lot of difficult conversations that you have to have with yourself, but it's
Yep.
not as intensive as people think.
Yeah. Plus, it's okay not to know every little thing about yourself, like right at this moment. It's
'Cause-
good to take time to think about it. You know?
Yeah.
And I feel like the whole question, if I see it from as a bigger picture, as a whole post, I think what OP is really asking is not really about like finding true self, but finding so-called happiness in life.
Yeah. I satisfied the most in life.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, that seems to be more like what they're asking.
Right?
Yeah.
OP, know what you're
Yeah.
asking before you ask.
Think about your
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah.
It happens. I mean, I'm happy with my life, but
do, yeah.
also
I am too.
I get angry and I get sad and I get frustrated. Like you still have those moments, even if you're happy with where you are.
Yeah. Like, happiness is different for every single person. There's no like one specific way to find it, I feel like. You know?
Yeah.
It's another one of those complicated feelings that people have.
True.
Exactly.
And there's no like exact way to find it.
And in a way, like approaching happiness as a goal usually backfires, I would say.
Yeah, I can see that.
Hmm.
Because then you
There
gotta
is such a
ask
thing
yourself, what
as-
is that?
Toxic positivity as well,
Yep.
Yeah.
where you're trying to push it on other people, or you're trying to, like, you're faking it too hard. You're not letting yourself be sad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that especially.
And sometimes
But
people
also-
treat sadness and stuff as something like, oh, I need to get over it and not feel it anymore. Like, they don't, like, we talk about how it's okay to grieve, and then, like, in the future, the grief might come back and we can just go through it, right? But some people don't
Yeah.
allow that, which is sad.
Yeah. Well, I it's okay to be sad, it's okay to grieve, it's okay to be angry, it's okay to be frustrated. It's
Yep.
okay to have negative feelings because that's just a part of being
Yeah.
alive.
Mm-hmm.
It's part of being alive and having a brain, pretty
Yeah.
much. It's
Part of having a brain. You are a
It's part of
walking
having a brain.
sack of flesh.
You have feelings and it's okay to have them.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that's a good message to end up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah.
It's okay to feel.
For OP, I guess he needs to know what he wants, what satisfies him and stuff. And then, like, you know, maybe discipline will help you to it. Maybe your feelings will help you with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, things will work out, OP. I mean, this question is 5 years ago. I bet that guy has found the answer by then.
Yeah, I wonder
And his
how they're
account's
going
been deleted,
now.
so clearly
Yeah,
he's still there.
he's like, I don't need
Yeah,
this shit
he's-
anymore.
He's
doesn't
not on
have
Reddit anymore.
anymore.
He's clearly not asking any more questions. So
Yep.
That's funny as hell. Once you're mentally stable, you delete Reddit.
Oh gosh, it's like therapy.
Oh no. I just downloaded Reddit. I'm going down. I'm going backwards.
Ah!
Oh my goodness.
All right then. That's the last question of the day, actually.
Yeah, boy, we did it, guys.
Yay!
We
It's not
answered
as
the difficult questions.
yeah.
Mhm.
One day we should return to AITA, but for now, let's talk more about ourselves. You know, I like this kind
Yeah.
of question. I like learning from you guys. So yes.
Yeah.
This is like good stuff to talk about. Gaining different
Yeah.
perspectives on things with other people is
Yeah.
fun.
Mm-hmm.
Get to feel out the vibes.
Yep. So
Yeah.
right, we're gonna like do
Soul
some kind
read.
of
I'll read.
Google form thing. Moving
Yeah, that
forward.
would be
Yeah.
fun. We'll see how many we can get of those.
Yeah. And like,
Yeah.
I mean, if we need more question and wait, I still have a lot of AITAs to review. So yeah, we still can do it. Oh yeah, Snail
Like
has
if
an
we need
experience
to, we
that, no?
can mix them up.
Yeah,
Huh?
Snail has an experience the AITA judging, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
haven't. Oh, oh
Get
my
you
god.
on for an Am I the Asshole stream.
Yes.
with the
Okay.
loaded
My fated
questions.
return.
So do y'all wanna announce anything in regards of your streams and stuff or commissions? Y'all are artists. Promote yourself
Oh
now.
yeah.
We have,
Oh my god.
we have commissions. Yoo-hoo!
Both of
I'm-
us. We both
Yeah,
have
both
commissions
of us
open.
do. I want to make a PNG tuber commission type.
Oh yeah. Cause I like making them. They're fun.
Yeah, I've made some before. I want to make some examples so I can actually like put it out there.
Yeah.
But I do design commissions and I do adoptables and I do stuff like that.
Mhm.
As well as like artworks for
Mm,
OCs or fan art. Or I also have a your character here of hold on, I don't think I have it uploaded to mine. So if I had it up, like my one uploaded. Wait, I do. Hold on. I can just magically transform into this. Hold on.
Oh my
Hold
god.
on, Melly.
Oh my god.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Holy crap. Oh my god.
Please. Did I
That was
transform?
kind of a frog sound.
Oh, there you go.
Did it work?
Yeah.
Am I here?
Yeah.
Hello.
There's a frog
The
in here.
voodoo doll.
Yeah. They call
Oh!
it the voodoo doll. We call it the voodoo,
voodoo
doll,
doll.
but it is a yo character here that people can commission from me.
Yeah. I love them. I love those. They're awesome.
Yes.
But
For
yeah,
y'all,
if
if
you
y'all
want-
wanna have that, you know.
If you want to be squeezed, my
Ah.
god.
Yeah. My commissions are also open.
Yes.
I I don't know how to specifically describe what my commissions are. It's basically just
You have art
anything
pieces
really.
open. Yeah. You do art
Yeah.
pieces for OCs,
I do art pieces,
fan art.
OCs, fan art. As long as it's not NSFW, I will probably draw it.
Yes, please respect the boundaries, guys.
Yes.
Please.
The artist.
We're both on
Please.
Ko-fi as well.
Yes.
So mine is just kofi.com/xmosskin and snail. Yours is just snailfishing, right?
Yep.
Yes.
I'm basically snail fishing on everything at this point.
Yeah.
So unless it's like doesn't seem like the same person, but it usually is the same person. It's usually me.
Right.
Exactly.
When's your next streams,
Mhm.
people?
Ooh,
Oh.
you'll see me again with Melly on Saturday. We're doing Gothic
Ooh.
Forum Paladin.
What time?
I'm
Oh
very
my goodness.
I'm like,
What time? For me, it will be 12 midday.
All right.
For you, it would be at 3. I don't know. No.
Yeah,
not
I
3.
think yeah, my next stream will be on Saturday. I'm playing Disco Elysium again. It's a weekend co-op, baby.
Mm.
And I'll be
Woo!
streaming on like oh wait,
No,
we are
me too.
doing we are doing Gartic Phone this week. Right,
Yeah.
it's all right, yeah, shit. It's 12 p.m. It's 12 p.m. my time. It's UTC plus
Yeah.
8.